come over here and we will go live on Facebook. Alrighty, we got 2 out of 2 going here. Alrighty, we are live on Thursday, episode 25 of the World of Skell ghost story. Not a ghost story, the name of the... Shut up. As you can see, we have some kind of map with figures and buildings and other monsters up there. And we just finished the 4th round of combat. So we got good guys versus bad guys. So let's do a... And what brought this battle on was the good guys apparently found that which the bad guys could not. And now the bad guys are back to get that thing. At least that's what they surmise. The bad guys actually didn't say that. They don't talk much, and they're these strange looking creatures here that look, for those of you out there in D&D land that are familiar with creatures, they look a lot like ghouls, but consider them having been given an upgrade. They are intelligent and can sense if someone is capable of doing more harm than someone else by their
that's why they're all
by their they can just look and see, oh, that guy's slashing like crazy, maybe we ought to take care of that guy first versus other ones, or maybe they might go after spellcasters first. So far we've had 2 of the archer minions of Bazan then removed by a pick over here played by Randy using a bow and arrow, and Shadrach played by Jason using a spell called Windlash, and they were knocked and defeated from the top of this building here. Back here we have Reginald and Tamark, who are fighting each one bad guy. Some of these minions like to have skulls, and they crack you in the skull with the skull, and so they're a bunch of double skull crackers. And this guy here, he's got a dark a dagger which is made of some type of dark material, and this creature here has a spear made out of some dark material, and there was this guy here. So these 2 are casting spells. This guy apparently is the toughest one because he's got a skull staff and a spear, and he can try to hit you, and he can point the spear at you and cast a spell that way. And so we got these guys. These 3 guys here are guards of the monastery. This 4th guard here has been knocked down and probably mortally wounded. Covidius is over here slashing with his sword against 3 of them. He's kind of surrounded with a 4th one who's made his way around the buildings and is behind him. This lone bad guy with the skull here is fighting this guard. Up here you had the prior, who had just taken over from the deceased abbot, and they were in the building. I just didn't put them underneath the box. And none of the inhabitants of the monastery grounds, they were all given the day off as a holiday for the deceased abbot. And so there's not going to be a lot of collateral damage, if there's any damage at all. And just at the end of last week, in round 4, Latonius, who passed himself off as a monk of Kahulin, but turned out to be some type of greater minion of Bazan, if you will, who monologued and gave away who he was in their previous encounter, has shown up, and now he is on the top of the guardhouse, where the there may be other people in there besides the prior and his 2 assistants. So we just ended round 4, and unless someone has anything they wish to add or make clear at this time, we're gonna call for actions and start up with round number 5. Hopefully you all have your dice ready and your character sheets with current hit point totals, because I do not know. As a dungeon master, I like to not know how many hit points the characters have, because it keeps me from cheating or feeling sorry for someone who's made a bunch of poor choices.
We don't feel that.
Never feel sorry for people who make poor choices.
The only thing that I would say is, if I ask you how you're looking and you say you're looking pretty hurt, then that's certainly an apt way to describe yourself, and the DM would know that when I say someone's looking pretty hurt, they're probably less than half of their hit points remaining. And if I say you're just hanging on, well, then they're down to their last handful. So that would be for you to, obviously, if you wanted to just say whatever your hit points were, you could, but I think it's more fun not knowing. So I see Dan is here. He's at work, so he'll listen, and then if he needs to chime in, he can text or pop in very quickly, whatever. Sean, was there something you wanted to?
Yeah, just not trying to be selfish or anything, but if I earn a coin from anything.
Oh yeah, no, I meant
because
to,
I may need to use it if I found one of my saving throws tonight.
I meant to
I appreciate it.
do that. I just
most likely get
and
the back
before you
tonight.
even came over here, I was like, I got to remember to give Sean the 30
I
seconds.
just have a feeling I'm going to need
And
it
then
with all these guys working my ass, and I want to make sure I had something to give you.
Yeah, of course I forgot immediately upon remembering. So
Well,
everything
that's fine.
tracks. So there you go.
The only reason I brought it up because I think I'm going to be giving it to you.
Okay, so let's start with round 5. And before we start, let me get a pencil. 'Cause I need to, by the way, Jason, I just saw the picture that you put up about during the Speak with Dead, so that's already been put up on my YouTube as one of the thumbnails for last week, so there you go. So,
Nice.
guess what? That earns you a 37.
We're all going to use them tonight.
I would just like to say also, that's the first time any of you have seen me and without my shirt on and I had tattoos. And those things you see on the drawing are actual, like, blue tattoos. You want to see them on a hilt.
Okay, so we'll just start as I do with whoever's involved. So, Reginald, you got one guy on you, and Tamark and you are over there fighting. You action?
I'm attacking.
Okay, and Tamark will as well. Although I need to look and see how many hit points Tamark has left, because he's looking pretty hurt.
I thought I remembered you saying that.
Okay.
That's pretty pathetic.
It's unprofessional, but
Well, it's pathetic you can't show up and they have to close. That's a council battle. Right there.
I mean, that's not the first time I've seen a sign like that.
Right there by the
Yeah.
center.
Yeah, so just so you're aware, Dan, you have taken 26 points of damage. So
There you have it, and there we are.
let me hold on here. No, that's not what I want. So yes, he's looking pretty hurt. Okay. And then we will move up to Covidius. Action.
Continue attacking the guy in front of me that those two guards are on.
Okay. And then the guard will continue with this guy here. Shadrach, action.
Casting.
Now you still have your windlash up,
I have to cast.
so you're changing your spell is what you're saying.
If I change my target, it costs me a round and it's already gone, so I was casting again.
Oh, okay.
I'm filling it and casting a new spell.
Okay.
This is the 5th round we're starting, is that correct?
Yeah. Pick, action.
Where am I at, please?
You are right. I've got you guys on the big, you can see the full screen, can't you, from your end? Okay.
Yes.
So Pick, you're back here. And you and Shadrach were shooting at the guys up here, but they're down here on the ground now, apparently destroyed or what have you. So you have a target of this one right in front of you, or there's these 3 here on Covidius, which obviously would be you'd have to take precautions to shoot that. Or obviously you could move somewhere and take 1 shot. And Latonius is up here on the building. He had just showed up and said, "How's that for a distraction?" And that's where we stopped the game. So
I'd like to make a move to where I would be able to get a shot on the 3 on Covidius.
well, okay, so if you shoot from here, you're still going to have to do a called shot or just let it fling and then hit whoever randomly. Even you would have to, there's nowhere you could get to where you wouldn't have to take that called shot unless you just wanted to roll a D4 and then
I don't care
actually
about...
we'd roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I thought it was only if he misses. Isn't that the way it works?
No,
Because a good
your
roll,
target's
he hit it,
random.
He hit it. Oh, so it's a...
Okay, what's the 3 on the bottom of the screen?
Here?
Yes.
Okay, those were the prior and his 2 assistants that went inside this building.
Maybe remove him from the...
So they're inside there right now.
Okay. All right. I'm going to drop my... No, I'm not going to drop. I'm going to move it. That's what I'm going to do this turn so I can get a good position. If I have to use my full turn move, I'll do that.
Okay, so you have an action which is move, and then your move we figure out after, or to attempt to, your move is separate from the action move. So you can move now, and that can be your action, or you can take a half move and take an action, or you can move and wait till the end of the turn and change your action, but you couldn't move anymore.
My action is going to be to move.
Okay.
Randy, just run away and save yourself. I'm fucked.
All right, so we'll just start on the top left.
The monk showed up. We're all fucked.
Shadrach, roll initiative, please.
Pretty
Roll a
much.
D10. Roll beat a 7. A 5. Okay. So, nobody on very fast. On fast. The skull guy will attack this guard since he's right there. Natural 20 explode. 17. That's another follow. Oh, 12. That's still no, because he's a skull. That is a miss. Okay, normal damage. 2 points of damage on that guard.
Doesn't that guard have a sharp sword?
He does.
Well, wouldn't he go first? Because we wanted to shoot. He said beat
Oh,
seven,
yeah.
We wanted, so
All
that
right.
guy should be attacking.
I totally reversed it. Okay. Yes, winner's side. So somehow I got mixed up. I thought my side won an
On
inch.
the offshoot,
Okay.
that makes a difference.
So let's just go with, then we'll start over here. Reggie, you're using a longsword?
Yes.
Okay, so you're on average. So it's Tamark with 2 attacks, and He was rolling shitty last time, and this time he rolls a 4 and an 18. So the 18 does hit. Whoa, look at that.
Dies.
He actually does maximum damage.
Nice.
All right.
Let's see. Skull. No. Yes. Oh, this is the dagger guy. Okay.
That's a black dagger.
Okay. So, and unfortunately his poison doesn't seem to work on these things because they're already dead. Okay, awesome. All right. So then we go up to Covidius.
Attacking that guy. 18.
That's a hit. Roll dinkus.
Come on, baby. A 4, so a total of 10. So that's the guy fighting the 2 guards. So I think you hit my guy when you were pointing at him, so he's not facing him anymore. He should be facing him. I got the chief and the other guy should be on my flanks.
Okay. All right. So that's enough to dispatch this guy with the skull here. He goes down. Slash. Collapses in a heap as you slash, you stab and twist. And,
Can I say something also?
Sure.
I'd make it's to these 2 guards. Take that guy next. I'm kind of like, after I slice him, I point to that guy with my sword. Take that guy next.
Who are you pointing to?
The guy over here that they're nearest to. I don't want to fight that chief. They're just, he'll slaughter him.
Okay. All right. Roll a charisma check.
25.
25. All right. They look at you and they nod and they seem like they're going to go over there.
Good.
So then,
Only
what is
trying
the
to save
cast?
alive.
What is the casting time of your spell, Shadrach? A 4. That's average. Okay, so pick. You want to move somewhere. Where do you want to go?
Hey.
Hold on, Shadrach.
Move me, to where I pointed out the 3 guys who were in the buildings. Move me down that way a little bit.
How far would you like to go?
Half my movement.
Okay.
Just to be clear, you are aware you'll be directly underneath that
Latonius.
That Latonius, the monk. He's right above you on top of that roof. Literally right above you now.
Okay, where's I can't see the other building.
It's the corner of the building where the monks were.
Can you see this building here?
No, I cannot see.
Okay, there's a building there, and then the Latonius is on top of that.
Basically where you're moving to, you'd be right underneath them.
Okay.
I mean, you're not that close, though. You're still like 8 inches away from getting to the base of that building.
I'm good right there. Stay close, brother.
Okay, so that's your first phase of your move, and then if you want to use
Uh-oh.
a different.
Get it.
Okay.
Did we-
Shadrach, was there something you wanted?
We roll simultaneous monkey, and that's what happened in the place.
I just was curious if I noticed Covidius pointing out the person he wanted to hit.
Roll me a perception check.
Is that a D20 or 30?
A D30 plus your intelligence.
I'm just trying to save
30.
lives.
30. Okay. You're in the middle of surveying the area. That information does not seem to find its way to your senses.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, Shadrach. Well, no, you can't. You're casting, so you can't move yet. Okay. So now we go to that guard. And rolls a 7 and misses. And they will go ahead and each take a half move and attack. A 2, a miss. An 18, a hit. So this back guard here comes up and This one comes to the side, tries to slash him, moves, but just as he moves, the other guy stabs forward and he gets him right in the small of the back. Ah!
Can I
Or 1 point of
say
dinkus.
something?
To who?
The guy I was pointing to was the guy right there on my flank. I was.
Oh, okay.
Not the guy way
Okay.
over there.
All right.
They were right next to that guy. I just want to make sure they go
Okay.
after the chief. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the chief would kill him.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, just so
Okay.
you can verify that.
So he does 1 point of damage to that guy. That's good. Okay, and then we do. Okay. All right. So that guy already went missed. He did. Okay. All of you here. Okay, so now we go to the loser's side. We'll just go and start over here. But before that
I
happens,
haven't.
loser's side of fast. We're almost there, Daryl. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I count on.
Calm down here, customer.
Slow down, Turbo.
All right, so on Reginald with the skull. A3 miss. Oh, you just easily just do one of the like you're dancing. Whoop, right out of the way. Miss. On Tamar, he's like, I'm gonna have to run around the head. A 15. And Tamar's armor class, if I remember right, is a 6, which means they hit.
Randy, check your text message.
Come on, computer, you can do it. Come on. Yeah. Armor class is 6. Okay. That's it.
Is anyone else hearing that machinery?
It's
I've
there's
got
other
a
fans on.
ceiling
exhaust
fan, exhaust fan in the hallway sucking in some cool air. I'll turn it off in a bit.
That might be what it is.
I don't hear anything. I hear everything clearly, so I don't know. It's
Well, I did get you on the right microphone for a change, so that's good.
communication problems.
Okay, so Tamar, oh, that's right, this is the, I'm sorry, Tamar, this is the dagger guy. You got a save versus spell. And he rolls a 3 and fails, so he takes additional dinkus.
Dinkus. I hate dinkus.
Unfortunately, so the dagger does 3 points of slashing damage, and then as the darkness starts to come in him, he sees and takes an additional 9 for a total of 12 points. Like Okay.
That is terribly funny.
Okay.
Just wonder what Dan's face looks like right now when you hear
Now, Latonius says, "Hey."
No. Stay up there,
He doesn't say anything.
fucker.
He does a leap from the top and goes in the building.
Oh, fuck.
We now come to these guys. So, this one here. And this one here. Save versus spells. Twice, please.
This is for a guy behind me that I can't see.
Yeah, but you. It doesn't. I don't think. Anyway,
Well, I don't know what they're doing, so that's why I picked
you're saving versus
No,
spells.
no, I just
that's
mean
all
I don't
know.
know what they're doing,
Right.
so it might, if they're different things, let me save for the other one before I fix that last roll. Alright, I'm good on the second one, but I need to use the coin on the black guy.
Okay, let us recognize that for the excellent terrain that Sean has earned and is immediately
I told you.
turning in
That's why I asked if I had one
the
today.
token. And
wasn't
because
gonna
of that,
these fuckers.
the spells that were coming at him, he is able to get out of the way of one, and the one that's coming from behind, he takes his shield, and it's a huge shield, so he just instinctively knows, just somehow, man, he knows what's coming, and he does the quick thing like that, and you see it go bang and go off, and kind of force him to move a little bit, and as it juts off into the sky.
You can use my armor optimization in your descriptions too, because I'm supposed to use parts of my metal or my armor or my shield to know the sounds to blow off.
Sounds like that just happened.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that's.
All right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And now the one that's right there on your flank, he is going to
Miss horribly.
He is going to
Oh, the big guy.
withdraw
Ah, you pussy.
back to here.
Is he near that other guy? 'Cause I can't see it.
Yes, he's right behind him. Okay.
Then I'm gonna change my facing. By the way, since can I?
Not right now, you can't.
Okay.
On your action, you can,
Okay.
or if someone is approaching you, you get one free facing.
Oh, you said withdraw, so I don't get to attack.
Correct. But he doesn't get to do
I
anything
understand.
either.
I understand.
Okay. So went and missed. Went and hurt the fuck out of Tamar. So Tamar looks at Reggie and says, "We need to run." That's all he says. And then now it's
Go get
Reggie.
the others.
Now it's
Go
Reggie.
get the others.
We go to winner's side of average. Reggie, of your longsword, is it a 5?
Average.
Yes.
Okay, so a spell of 5 on Shadrach, is that true? 4? Then the 4 goes.
Shadrach, the only person who probably noticed will pick. Shadrach just reaches into his pouch. He has some leaves in his hands. And he cries out, "Mother of fire, Father of light, guide my hand." And a flaming scimitar appears in his hand. Flame
Nice.
sword, level 2.
Nice. Love it.
Or flame blade, sorry. Flame blade.
Now, not knowing everything about the spell, does it allow you to attack in the same round?
I'm just gonna move, so that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, so you'll move, take whatever move at the end of the round.
It
Okay.
says, this spell creates a blazing ray of red-hot fire to spring forth in my hand, and I would only say that if someone was next to me, could I attack them. So, I'm just going to move at the end of the round.
Okay. All right. So Reggie, it's now your turn. You got a skull guy right in front of you, and let's see it.
I'm latching at the skull monkey.
Hit this fucking guy, would you?
18. It's air crown class of 0.
That's a hit. Roll Dinkus.
I will. I don't guess they're large. So he takes 6 points of damage.
And according to what I have here, you have finally hit this fucker.
Yeah, this is the first time.
6 points?
In 5 rounds.
6 points?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. That you finally you bring that long sword out. You're defending and like flipping the tent flap up in his face, and right as he fucking grabs it, you stab and you say slice right across his dead fucking face, and you're like ha ha, and he goes oh good, good. All right. Now we go to pick if he wants to take any more movement on this phase. He can, or he can wait.
The monk's no longer on top of the building, Randy. He went inside.
In all fairness, you see Shadrach staring towards where Covidius is. That's all you see.
And let me just say this too. In all fairness, as long as we don't go over the idea of the combat system, which is you can take a half move and attack, if you want to attack first, you can take a half move at the end of the round or whatever action. So, as far as I'm concerned, Randy, you can still take an action, like right now, if you want to take a shot, or if you want to take like the rest of your move, another 12 squares, you can, or whatever your movement is. Do you know what your movement is? Is it like 13 or?
15.
Okay, so like you can go another 15 squares. So just to make it, we don't have to fucking have it everything laid out. Just so long as we get what we're trying to do. So just go ahead.
My idea was just to move from that position to get a better shot on the ones that were around Covidius.
Okay, so now the one that's fighting Covidius, there's 2 guards in Covidius that are surrounding that particular enemy. So there's really the only place there's nowhere you can go where you're going to be able to get a shot that isn't going to be affected by the situational modifiers. So you can do a called shot and it'll delay you a phase and it'll be a -4, but you won't be able to hit Covidius unless you roll a natural 1. And it says, and then we go through that procedure. That's a whole separate thing. But
We already did that Tuesday.
I was going to say the natural 1 applies whether you do the called shot or not. So I'm just saying you can shoot at him. It just takes a little bit to make sure that you wait that extra few seconds and let loose. So
Okay.
and if it helps make any more sense, I was thinking about this the other night. The -4 is basically equal to like cover that he's receiving from everyone that's that's surrounding it. So it makes sense to me why it would be at a -4. So, but tell me what you'd like to do and we'll get you there.
All right, well, I guess to this point, I'm going to look around to see if I can see Mark and Reggie.
Okay, so you know that they haven't come from where you guys were, and as you look back, all you see is the corner of the building and the market area over here. Can you see my hands?
Yes.
You don't see my hand right here?
Yeah.
Well,
Can you see this?
I see that.
Okay, so this is
the
the building.
one always in me. It's
So-
always been.
So what you see is this
Yeah.
building, and I would say it should be fairly easy to figure out that either they went some other way or they haven't come, like it's taken awful long for Reginald to get his armor on and come around to join you guys. So
But no, honestly,
as
5
you
rounds.
look, you can't see you can't see them. They're hidden behind this building. So
But in
that's-
all honesty,
Okay.
5 rounds is only not even a minute yet, correct?
I think it's 5 combat rounds. Uh-oh, what happened? The fuck? Okay.
All right, well,
I think
there, I
5
guess,
combat rounds.
what I'll do then,
So it's been 1 minute
for that,
that these guys have caught up with.
I'll ask Shad, I said, you got this? I'm going to go find Reggie.
Well, no.
All right. So what?
With that, I guess I'll head back towards the corner of that building.
Okay. So, using your move action, you make it, and you come up to the corner, and you look, and as you get right there, and you do your little peek around, you see that fight happening, and that's the end of your turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, whatever just happened there, I can see all that now.
Well, I think Dan left. So it allows your screen to, which is weird. You would think yours wouldn't be affected by this interface, but it does. So, but that's fine. I guess.
On my end anyway, sometimes the view is elongated and that cuts off the periphery.
Yeah. So what had happened was you were here, Pick, and that's why you couldn't see here. But then when you moved down, your line of sight changed, and now you
Okay.
can see it. Okay. So that was the winner's side of average. Covidius, do you get a second attack?
No, not
on
until
round
next
5?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Tamar got a second attack, didn't he? Did he
Uh,
already take it?
no, he'll do that. Okay. So let's see. Tamar. Okay, he's fighting Dagger Guy. And he rolls and hits. 4 points. Looking pretty hurt. These fucking guys. Okay. Okay. So, does anyone wish to take a half move at the end?
Or changing, well, I guess, yes. Hold on to it.
Shadrach, you had said you wanted to move somewhere. You want to just move up to this guy? That's,
Can I ask Covidius to make a charisma check?
you can, but I'm not going to. What do you want to do, Shadrach? Where do you want to go?
I'm moving straight towards Covidius.
Okay. Okay.
Almost had me going around the other side.
Do you, when you move past this guy with the skull, he will get a free attack on you. Do you allow it?
Yes.
Okay. So you get there, you move past him, he goes, whack!
Maybe.
Maybe, correct. And he rolls, and that's a skull guy, hits an armor class of 11. Miss? Okay. So you avoid the skull there, and you're right there. So you're not quite close enough to Covidius. You're about five squares away.
Yeah, I was trying to get behind him and cover his back.
But
basically.
okay, now to the enemy, you're 4 squares away.
Okay.
And if he doesn't notice you coming, you will get a +2 from behind if you can get there. We'll see.
I
Okay.
won't charge. I'm thinking about it.
Okay. And
I'm gonna move.
okay.
Let me, here, look at this. This is what I want to do. Okay, here's the enemy, here's me. Actually, I'm fixing that way around. What I'd like to do is do this so my back's against the building. I'm not leaving his attack square. Is that going to matter?
That you would be moving into his flank, and then he would get a free
Okay,
attack on you.
that's fine. But then I'm
But
gonna.
there's room there for you to do that,
You mean to?
to do what you said. Put
Yeah,
your
I want to put
against
my
the
back
building.
against the wall on this wall. Right
Right here.
Yes. I don't. He can have the attack.
Okay.
That's fine.
So that's exactly what happens. You go bloop, and then he goes, and with his action, well, it's
It's a
just
free
an attack of
melee attack.
opportunity.
Yeah, it's just a melee attack.
I don't think you.
Right.
I'll look that up, but we'll say
Unless
for
it's
now.
a weapon item
not.
that does it, that'd be different.
Okay, so he just gets the free jam and hits an armor class of 2. Miss. All right, you're able to hunker behind your shield and go over and put your back against the wall as he bash, and you guys that are in this area up here hear the bashing of skull on metal. King, kang, kang, kang. Okay, and that is the end of the round. And we will now go mark off round 5. And we will go to round 6. And we will go action. So let's just start with COVID this time.
Attacking
Action.
that guy in front of me.
Okay. Shadrach.
I'm attacking the closest creature to me.
The closest
Charging.
creature. Okay, well the closest creature is this bad guy here, and you are behind
All right,
him.
let me rephrase that. The closest one directly in front of me.
Oh, they're going one.
Okay, that's the one Covidius, and the 2 guards are fighting.
I'll charge and attack.
Okay. Guards will just continue on attacking. Reginald.
Attacking.
Hick.
Attack.
And Tamark will continue to attack. He's like, oh, this is going to be close. Okay, Reginald, roll initiative, please.
I shall roll.
Need a 2.
2.
Uh-oh!
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh!
Reinforcements, Kyren!
Yes.
Okay. Reginald, roll a d20. Need a
Gonna use
5.
the metal one. 9.
Roll another d20.
8. 8.
Okay. So this happens to your side. I would like Reginald, Tamark, Shadrach, Pick, and Covidius to all roll d20s. I will ask for the numbers.
Can I add anything to it?
Tamar got a 2. Covidius, 9. Pick, a 4. Reginald,
6.
and Shadrach.
7.
COVID is the highest bidder.
Wow.
Wow, we all rolled low.
Okay.
What about the guards? No guards.
Let's see. Okay. Covidius, roll a d20. Looks like a natural 20.
Oh, it's a natural 20. You're right.
Okay. So, that's good for you.
Oh, awesome.
The guy that you're fighting,
Okay.
he's being attacked from behind and getting slashed or whatever, and this fucking guard right here, he takes a wild swing, and at the last second you see it and you turn using your ability to use your armor to your benefit, and you know that the blow was aimed right for a strap that would have fucked up your armor, but you managed to deflect it and it goes cling off. No damage, and the guard's like, yay!
Oh, that was a simultaneous. Oh shit.
Correct.
Okay.
That was the random slew. Okay,
Thank
so
God for the roll at 20.
now we go to, it's simultaneous, so we go with weapon speeds. So on fast.
Can you imagine that? A piss ass guard misses, hits my armor in a spot, and then all of it just.
That's possible. It'd take a lot of
I know.
rolls in a row, but
It would just really
it's
suck.
possible. Okay, so skulls have a speed of 2. Does anyone have anything with a speed of 2? I don't think so. Okay.
I'm using.
All right. So and he's got a dagger and a skull, and he's okay. So
Roll fast.
okay. Okay. So we'll just start with this guy here. He doesn't seem too concerned with these guards. So he's just going to turn and face you, and that gives him a free attack first. And hits armor class of 8, which is not good enough on that guy. And then
Howdy, man.
and there's Tamark, and then this guy here, he will reach out. And what is your armor class without, with your dex only? I'm going to guess it's a 6.
No, it'd be a 5. Because I have the armor.
Can't count that. Just your dex.
Well, that would be part of me moving to make my armor take a shot.
Well, okay, but this
It's not
doesn't
shield
this
related.
doesn't help you.
Okay, well then, yes, you're right. So
Okay.
No, no, I'm -6, so it'd be a 4. 4 on chainmail is -6 from 10, so it'd be a 4 on class, correct?
No.
No.
If you have an 18 dexterity, you have a -4. Right? Doesn't it say dexterity adjustment?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Defensive, there it is.
Yeah. No, I was looking
All
at
right.
something else. So
Well,
I'm a
as
zero
it
then.
turns
I'm a zero
out-
then. Oh wait, you're saying I can't use my armor?
Correct.
I was thinking, never mind.
And
You're
after
right.
I explain
You're right.
this, you'll find out why.
Yeah.
So instead of this creature like you have seen before, going like this and or he just goes out and tries to touch your armor.
So he just goes like that.
Yep. And as you try to get out of the way, you're not quick enough.
And
And something happens. First of all, you need to save versus spells.
I failed. 7.
Okay.
Unless I can add something to it.
Okay. You're going to hate this,
Alright.
but
About 37 points.
from out of the ground,
Oh, not that again.
the black hand, the black rock under the foundation of this very place, as the DM has said on multiple occasions, bursts through the ground, and before you have a chance to react, your armor turns black, and then the hand goes and locks you in. You are effectively held per the spell.
So, just to clarify, he got to go on a 2. I mean, he went on...
The only thing I
You
can
got
tell
to go
you...
before me? Because we're
Yes.
simultaneous. Okay. That's all I meant.
Okay.
Okay. Well, fuck. Good luck with the rest of the
Up
game.
here,
God damn it.
that skull on that guard. And that is a hit, believe it or not. And the guard, takes 4 points of damage. And he is... Yep, that's it. I think that might be the first time he's been hit. Okay. Okay, down here, Reginald. Armor class of Skull 2.
Oh, that's a hit.
Okay. You take a whopping 3 points of dinkus. Cuckoo! As he whips back that skull around and weirdly enough, he grabs the side of the tent and he pulls it out, and just for a second you can't see anything. Geesh! Through the fucking tent, and he goes, go! And then he whips it back out, and you swear you see him, this little corner of his fucking grin goes up, and you're like, what the fuck? Okay. On Tamark with the dagger with a speed of 2. That's a miss, a 2. Whoop! Tamark's like, oh, come on, don't hit me. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Dan's actually here. Say it, Dan. Oh,
Poor Dan. Come on, man.
He's ordering food. Never mind. No wonder Tamark's getting his ass kicked. He's at the drive-thru. Okay. We go up to... okay, when those... Okay. Yeah, okay. Shadrach, it's your turn. You charge.
I charge on 5, yes.
All right, and you... Well, no, you don't charge it. Well, what's the speed of your weapon? Does it say it has a weapon
5.
speed? 5. Okay, so maybe you don't go yet. Okay.
It's scimitar. I'm thinking the scimitar.
Okay.
That's why I use it.
Okay, go ahead, Reginald. You're up.
Woohoo!
Taking a slash, and I roll a big 4.
A 4?
Hitting an armor class of 14.
I am so sorry, Reginald, but the creature apparently pointed down to your shoe, and when you looked, it went and slapped you, and you missed.
Armor class of a watermelon.
Okay, Tamark will do his main hand and offhand attack. And he rolls a 4 and 17. That is a hit. You might actually get somewhere with this guy. 4 points.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I just need one pack, please.
Oh, not quite. Okay. All right, we go to Pick. What are you using to attack?
Oh,
Okay, so once again, there's all these guys here in melee. You're going to have to do a called shot or not. I would suggest you just do a called shot and take your turns just a little bit late, because everyone over here is already gone, so you would have no reason not to take the called shot, I would think.
okay.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Randy?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So then... Shadrach, it's your turn. You charge headlong at this guy. He's concentrating on COVID, right? So you're at +2 for a charge, and then you're at +1 from the flank. So you have +3 to your attack roll. Roll the hit.
All right. So here we go. +3.
Correct.
I hit armor class 2.
That is a hit. Roll Dinkus.
All right.
Yeah.
I roll a D4 +4. Is he undead?
We'll find out. Roll your damage.
If he's undead, it's +2. So it's +6 total if he's undead. Otherwise, it's just +4. 8 points.
8 points. Okay.
6 or 8. If he's not undead, it's 6. But basically, Shad does an overhand, two-handed downward
All right.
slash with his stomach guard.
You charge in. You do like you described. You say slash down, and your weapon starts to cut. And then you notice that as the weapon starts to slice into this creature's shoulder, the feeling from the Earth Mother kicks in, and the magic of the world fights back against the dark black rock magic of Bazan, doing an extra 2 points of damage for a total of 10 points of damage. So you realize that these creatures are undead. I will tell you from a design standpoint, I don't know if any of you watched any of my videos that I put out when I talk about the game. With experienced players, you have to take or give them something they haven't seen before. Otherwise, they, through no fault of their own, will do what is necessary to defeat those creatures because they know all about them. So, though these are ghouls, they don't have the exact same powers and abilities like a ghoul right out of the book. For instance, I'm sure Jason is aware that if a ghoul touches you at all, you have to save versus paralyzation, and that has not been the case with any of these, so that's something that I took away. But then I gave them the ability to have weapons and have tactics, and that's because as minions of Bazan, they've had thousands of years to be trained how to do things. So that was the trade-off, to try to make them different enough where you couldn't just come in and go, oh, they're ghouls, and I turned them or whatever. Yes, Shadrach.
Did you get my message about that?
I don't remember. I might have. But what was it?
I said I thought they were Juju zombies.
I don't think I got that, no. But I don't remember off the top of my head what the deal was with Juju zombies, but I remember them. But anyway, I'm just saying from a...
They're like intelligent zombies that have like thief skills and stuff. So I thought they were Juju zombies.
So anyway, just as trivia about the game, that's all. It's just a matter of trying to keep it fresh for people that have been playing it for 40 years. So, okay, carrying on. So everyone is done. So Pick, you can go ahead and take your called shots. Now, you will, there's the fight and the tent's kind of there, so you can take a half move and get out of the way of the tents and take one shot, or you can stand there and try to do some kind of super shot past the tents at these enemies. So it's up to you. What would you like to do?
I'm going to take the cold shot from right here.
Okay. And Reggie has his hand up.
If they don't know he's attacking, isn't that a sneak attack?
Well, certainly could be. I'm in. That certainly could be a 5th edition rule, but 2nd edition.
Well, if an attacker is surprised by the for the backstab, I'm talking about the thieves ability.
All right. No, I understand. Okay. So let's say they were surprised and they weren't able to use their decks, right? Well, luckily, without giving away all the information here, these ghouls aren't basing their abilities on their decks, so it's not really going to matter. But your point is well taken.
I can't see their facing. If it's behind.
Okay, well, I mean, even with them facing towards pick and you guys are facing away from pick, like I said, your point is well taken, but in this situation, it's just, I made these guys simple. Just they got to, each one based on their toughness gets a hit point and an armor class. So like the leader, he's got a really good armor class and a lot of hit points, and then down to the skull guys who have an armor class of 8 and they have 20 hit points. So that's kind of what, just to make it easy. But yeah, your point's well taken, Daryl. I understand. So pick. All right. So they have this cover. All right. So take your first shot and tell me what armor class you hit.
-4, correct?
Plus, there's a cover subtraction as well, unfortunately. So
Okay.
but just tell me.
-4.
Just tell me what armor class you hit, and I'll subtract everything from it.
I hit an armor class of -1.
Okay, so with the minus blank, and then the minus blank, you actually hit the one right by and like behind Daryl. That arrow goes right over the top of that tent, and it even just barely you see the fletching in slow motion go flip, and then it goes right over Daryl's right shoulder, right into that guy with the fucking skull, Reginald's shoulder. Roll, yeah, oops, man, you shot all the way to Sullivan. Okay, so roll, Dinkus.
5 points.
Yeah.
All right, that arrow is now stuck in this guy's left shoulder, but he's still up, but he's looking pretty hurt. Take your second shot if you want.
That would be
Don't subtract the 4, just tell me what you hit normally.
armor class of 2.
Okay, so then blank, and then blank. Okay, this time as you shoot, it sticks and it hits that you think, oh cool, that was awesome. You try the same shot, it hits off the top of the tent, but this time it causes it to go off course and kind of go doo-doo and go down past the tent into the ground. So that one didn't hit. Did you have something?
All that noise coming from Dan. He's eating trouble.
Dan, you want to turn off your sloogie there?
You're not your sloogie, man. Damn.
Okay. All right. So theoretically, we could have no, because you charge, so you don't get to do that.
I'm just taking a nap.
So Reggie and Tamark theoretically could move a half move, but the one that Tamark is fighting is like on its last leg, and the one with the skull that Reggie's fighting is not far behind it. So you guys want to stay there and continue the attack? All right. All right, so that is the end of round 6. We go to the next.
looks like he's an ornament in the space shuttle or something.
Yes, he is. He's got some good he's got some good gravity there. Okay. So actions for Reginald.
Attack.
Tamar, same? Yes, okay. Pick?
Yes.
Shadrach.
I'm slashing the same guy.
All right. And you are... No. Unfortunately. Okay.
I'm snoozing, standing up.
All right. Roll initiative. Pick.
Why?
A 1. My side is sped up a phase. All right. So, this guy will turn and face Shadrach and fight and try to hit you, and he will do the same thing to you, Shadrach. He's going to try. No, thank you. Shadrach, do you have, what is your armor class just using your dexterity?
5.
No. What is your reaction, what is your defense adjustment on your sheet, on your dexterity?
I've got a +1 for my leather cloak, and my total armor class is 5. Because my dex doesn't print anything.
Okay, so for the purposes of this attack, your armor class is 10. Because he's not trying to touch you, he's trying to touch whatever you have.
He's touching me.
Okay, he hits an armor class of 9. You need to save versus spells, Shadrach.
You better save, brother. Or there's going to be 2 pops.
Not touching me.
I did not.
Oh, no.
Use your 37 coin.
I will do that.
Okay, let the record show he is cashing in his 37 token for a free reroll.
I made it by 1. I rolled a 17.
Awesome.
All right.
Woo! What, was it going to die?
No, same thing that happened to me. You're held and effectively out of the combat now. Maybe you would have been died.
Okay, so he reaches out. He places his hand on your, like whatever you're wearing. Gloop! The blackness comes out of him and starts to take over you, but you bear and you lock eyes with him and you grab his hand and you pull it off, and when you do, wisps of black energy kind of like linger like a syrupy entity that goes and pulls off, and you toss his hand down, and the power of the Skell has saved you from whatever fate that this dark magic would have held for you. And yes, what would you like to say?
I was gonna say, can I grab his arm and like my next attack try to hack his arm off?
You can try. That would be a called shot, obviously.
That's my next action.
Okay.
Attack.
Well, you said attack, so... Okay, so then the one with the skull up here and this lone fucking guard, they're having a knockdown drag out. He rolls an 8 and misses, so the guard will fight back. And he rolls a natural 1. Guard may kill himself. This one doesn't happen that often. Okay, so the guard, first of all, the skull guy swings, hit the guard, blocks it with the shield. Ka-clang! The guard comes back with a stab. He actually like gets the sword stuck in the skull, and he twists it to get it free. But when he does, a piece of the skull snaps off and goes boop in his eye. He's like, ah, fuck! And so now he has issues with his vision for a while. Okay. Then we come over here. So that happened. All right, let's go down. Let's just stick with it, and then we'll come down here. So, all right, Shadrach, you're doing a called shot. You're attacking this thing's arm. So, You wait a phase. Those guards attack. And we got a 5 and 1 hits. All right. For 6 points, maximum dinkus. All right, this guy hasn't been hit a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance, fuckers.
Okay.
He was nice, but you let him go before.
All right. So you're doing a called shot, okay? So you wait a phase, and then you roll the hit, and there is a negative for a called shot. So just roll the hit and tell me what armor class you hit.
I hit armor class 5.
Armor class 5 on that guy. Okay. Okay. So a called shot is the usual -4 to hit. So that means you hit an armor class of 9. So what happens is you reach out, and we'll say you do grab the guy's arm, and when you get ready to pull the sword down right on his arm, just at the last second, he jerks his arm out of your hand and go whoosh, and you're back to your squares, ready for combat.
I bet he noticed though.
Oh yeah, he's got fire in his eyes, and he's on his Harley. Okay. And now we'll move down to this portion of the map, which you guys probably can't see anymore, but that's okay. Reginald, you're up. Just go ahead, Reggie.
Sounds good. Here we go. 13, that's going to hit AC 5.
On the skull, that's good enough. Roll dinkus. You might, depending, we'll see how much
4
damage.
point.
Oh, come on, man. Maybe next time. Or as my son Isaiah says when he's upset, maybe next time. Okay. Yes. Okay. Tamark, you're up. So you do 2 attacks. And an 11 and a 9.
Hey, you know I get 3 every 2 rounds,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
I should get 3 attacks this round.
That's not how it works.
That would be... Okay, so the second attack, the offhand attack, does hit. For 3 points of dinkus. And the one that you're fighting... Oh, man. It's barely hanging on. It's like going with the dagger. But it's going to get to attack you with that dagger now. So first on Reginald. Armor class of 9. That is a miss. Once again, you take your sword, you just go whoop, whoop, whoop. And then on Tamark with the dagger. Armor class of 3. That is a hit. Tamark save versus spells. Rolls a 13. That missed it by 1. Oh no, Tamark, I'm sorry. Once again, the black, inky, evil magic courses through your body, and it sucks. But you take 12 points of damage total.
Ouch.
As once again this black energy comes from out of the dagger and into your body. And though you're wearing this armor and clothing that you wear, even that energy is darker than that cloth. And you fall. And Dan, I know you'd like to know, you have exactly 0 hit points. Okay. Now it is Pick's turn. You have 2 shots. or you can take a move and take one shot to get out of the way of the tent. So it's up to you.
Taking a move and a shot.
All right. We'll put you there. And so now here's your choices. You can aim at the one that's attacking Reginald at a -4, or you can shoot at the one that is attacking nobody because Tamark is effectively on the ground at normal chances.
Which one's closer?
The one that's fighting Reginald, but just by 1 square.
I'll take that.
You're going to shoot at the one that's attacking Reginald?
Yes.
Okay. So you wait a phase, and then you go, and you have a mind. So just roll and tell me what armor class you hit, and I'll apply the negative.
Natural 20.
Oh, explode!
Awesome.
10.
Roll Dinkus. Can he do 2 points of damage?
4 points.
Okay. So you wait for a second. You see them have a standoff. You fire at that exact moment. The arrow comes in, sinks right into its neck. But it falls over, apparently defeated, leaving that one back there. And you have another shot, which you can take, or you can shoot Tamark while he's prone.
I'll take a shot.
Okay, roll to hit, normal chances.
That would be an armor class of 3.
That's a hit, roll Dinkus.
4 points again.
The one with the dagger is hanging on by a thread. That arrow is stuck right in its chest, and it's stuck in there, and it's still like staring down at Tamark, and it has to decide if it wants to stab at Tamark while it's down or go after Reginald, or maybe even you next round. Okay, and that is it for round 7. We go to round 8. Shadrach,
Attack.
pick.
Attack.
Reginald,
Attack.
roll initiative. COVID. Beat us 6.
5.
5, all right. Shadrach, you're not sped up a phase, are you? And your speed is average. Okay, okay. This creature will turn and give it, you guys can all take attacks of opportunity as it's going to just turn its back and run. So you first, Shadrach, just regular to hit for an attack of opportunity. Can't hear you.
Armor class 5.
Armor class 5, that's good enough. Roll Dinkus.
6 normally, plus 2 if he's undead.
How do you want to do that?
I cut off the side of his face and he just falls dead.
Nice.
I didn't.
All right, Shadrach, you have destroyed that one.
I just like sliced off a third of his face.
Hey, does this belt go away when he's dead? Just curiosity, though.
It does.
Oh, thank God.
Unfortunately, you're just
This was like bacon.
stuck there for
Because it's a
now.
plain blade.
Oh, I mean, I can't do anything about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go over to, because Reggie is, okay, so the guy with the dagger will move up to fight Reggie. He tries to stick you and tickle your ribs, and he rolls and hits an armor class of 7.
That's a miss.
A miss. All right. Reggie, just go ahead while you're there. Attack him.
All right. 12, he's gonna do 6. Oh, that's not good.
Emergency alert.
That's bad.
Somebody's phone's not on mute.
Okay. Well, I think it
Tornado!
might do that even over mute.
Mine's not.
Did you get it, a little
Yeah.
pop-up? Okay.
Yeah, somebody's.
Oh, you're right.
not on
I
mute.
did too. There it is. Okay. What'd you hit? What'd you hit, Reginald?
I rolled a 12, and that hits an armor class of 6.
That's good enough. Roll dingus.
3 points.
3. How do you want to do this?
Oh, as he's stumbling over toward me, I'm going to take his knee out with my sword.
Nice. So as he comes in, he tries to stab you. He overextends himself. You turn around, you slash, almost not even looking at behind you. And you feel your sword strike into undead flesh and bone, taking him off, and you hear him go, ah, and fall down and kind of kick for a second and then lay still.
And I shout down the alley, thank you, Pick.
Okay. Pick. Technically it's your turn. We still have this guy up here that's fighting that guy, but you're not there, and you can't see him. What would you like to do on your turn?
I'm going to go to Tamar.
Okay. You move up to Tamar.
He's hurt.
You can see him there. Do you do anything?
I'm going to try to stop bleeding if I see any.
By what?
Stop the bleeding if I see any.
Oh, if you see it. Okay. You can see that he's got some cuts and stuff, but you don't see any excessive bleeding. Like you're not sure how bad he is. You know he's unconscious. So what do you do to try to stop the bleeding?
Try to address the wounds.
All right. So you'll bind some. You drop your weapon and you open your pack, and I'm guessing you don't carry a healer's kit, so
No.
you what do? Grab one of your nice shirts and wrap them up?
One of my shirts. Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right. So at that point, at the end of round 7, in the resolution phase, you become unheld. And then walking out of this door is the Tonius with the prior.
Do you hold anything?
The Latonius is kind of like holding the prior. The prior is not holding anything.
We don't see the horn. My bad. Let's get around. We don't see the horn now.
No. You know where the horn is?
No, we put back the door in the hiding spot.
Do you know which building?
Oh,
Well,
never
you know
mind.
when I can move.
Yeah, I forgot.
All right. Yeah, we're kind of out of combat for right now, so let's finish up with Pick and Reginald here. What are you guys doing?
I'm helping him bind Tamar's wounds.
Okay. So that just takes...
And I said, where are the others?
He's talking to you, Pick.
I couldn't hear him.
Where are the others?
Back around the corner.
Are we still not fighting that other guy there?
Do they need...
I need to check on him. I was trying to see if we could help Tamar.
Yeah, he needed it.
All right, so I guess you guys just kind of hang out there then?
Well, if we get Tamar settled down, then we can go
I'll
up.
place him... I'll put him in one of the tents and then head over.
Okay. All right, so up here, the guards, you kind of hear the sound. The prior's like, oh, and they turn around, and you guys are free to do whatever it is you want to do at the time. Latonius says, I don't know, and I'm willing to bet that the Ackerman doesn't value life like the rest of you do, but I'm thinking that if anyone tries to move towards us, this guy's going to meet with the same fate as his predecessor. And then we'll see what happens. Or, how about you let us pass, and he's going to take me into where the horn of the Kyrin is, and they start moving towards the Abbott's building.
I stick my head around the corner. Are those two still there? I'm just trying to peer enough to see.
Right. Okay, so you do have to move a couple squares over to look.
My back should have been up against the back.
It was, but look how wide the building is. So you will have to move if you want to do what you want to do.
That's fine.
Okay. So you take the couple steps over and you look, and you do not see anybody over here.
But the doorways to that building's right there.
Which building?
There's a door on that side in there to that building.
There's a door here and a door here.
I go that way then.
Okay, so you leave this encounter completely.
Yep.
All right, Shadrach, are you doing anything?
I take a step forward with my flaming sword and just stand there and stare straight at him.
As the guards kind of form up and they say, "What should we do, Prior?" The Prior says, "The horn must be protected at all costs. My life is not worth anything. Do what you must to stop Latonius." And the guards have to make a morale check. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Shadrach. You can. What do you want to do?
Shadrach holds his flaming sword skyward and says, "Protect the horn!" and then charges towards Latonius.
Okay. As you do that, this guy over here kind of looks and he's like, "Ah!" and he does the same thing. These two are like, "Ah!" and they kind of turn and go this way. So these two guys are heading up there. Okay. So by this time, Reginald and Pick have done their thing with Tamark, and they're starting to move in this direction. As the guard and Shadrach approach, surprisingly, Latonius just tosses the Prior to the side and moves up to attack, and I need Shadrach to roll initiative. And then the next round, the guys coming around the side will be able to decide if they want to interact.
Do you need to know what I'm trying to do?
One! I rolled one!
Okay. All right, where are you going?
In the door of the building.
Okay.
I'm going for the horn. I know where it is. I don't know how to open it, so I'm going to bust it out.
Okay. Okay. So one goes first. So are you attacking him, Shadrach?
Yes, slashing.
Okay, so the guard will
Charging and slashing.
The guard will go first, and he'll move over to this side, and he will attack from the flank with a +1, and he rolls, does not hit. Hits an armor class of 8. All right, so Shadrach, do you move straight towards him, or do you go to the side, or what do you do?
Because I am what I am, I go straight towards him.
All right.
And
are you charging him, or are you just moving up? Because when you charge, okay, just so you know, when you charge, you do have negatives to your armor class, but you get the positive of getting the plus to hit. So, okay. All right, so go ahead, go up there and roll the hit at +2. So just like the wild man, yeah.
Armor class 4.
All right, armor class 4. You run up and charge, hoping you can do the same thing to this guy that you did to the undead minion. You bring that sword down. He definitely takes his left hand, cups it, and almost like using wind, pushes your sword to the side. All right. He then smiles and he looks at you and he says, "Your powers are weak, Druid. Bazan is strong. He has eyes everywhere, including all of those in the water that the Chiron could not see. And I need you to say versus spells."
Hang on. 5 of ones.
Well, it didn't matter because he's punching you in the face. All right. So, with his first attack, he just goes for a kick to the midsection. It's an armor class of -7. Boom! Shadrach, oh, you only take 1 point of damage, but you do need to save versus paralyzation. Failure? All right, you are stunned. Like the wind just knocked out of you, and you're like, oh, come on. All right. He then will attack the stunned druid with a bonus, a +4 bonus. And he is going to attempt to punch you like a cool uppercut. He does this.
Like a Harley race maneuver.
Yeah. Oh, he might have missed though. He hit an armor class of 2. Is that a hit? It is? Okay. All right. So follow-up roll on a called shot. That is armor class of 1, so he gets to add +1. Okay. First, you only take 2 points of damage, Shadrach, but you take a serious wound, and as he hits you in the jaw and you're stunned, one of your teeth flies out, and you just, in slow motion, your eyes kind of turn towards it and look at it turn end over end and flip before it hits down into the ground. And then he looks at you and he goes, "Zoinks!" All right. Meanwhile, Covidius, you come around the building and you go in the door, and it looks like there's been a little bit of cleanup crew going on here, but the furniture is still there, the desk is there, and
Going straight to where I was
Okay.
there when they pull it out.
Right.
But again,
Okay.
I can't do that, so I don't care. Church will smash. It's where the drawer is.
you're attacking the, well,
I'm trying to just smash open the little, it's just wood. I'm just trying to smash open the little sleeve thing.
sure. All right.
You know, I know how to, you didn't never actually show me, right? Show you, like if it's a little pull-out drawer, but it's like hidden, I know it's that, so I'm jam the
Okay.
smash.
First thing I'd like you to do is you are attempting to find a hidden thing. You know it's there, but you're not the one that found it. So roll a d6.
But I've seen it come out and
Roll a
represent
d6.
it. I mean, I'm trying to smash it open.
I know what you're trying to do.
3.
Okay. So you get down and it all looks like one piece to you.
Yeah.
But you remember, so you start checking to find the spot. You find there is some kind of secret compartment there. You find it. So roll the hit.
Did armor class?
Just don't roll a 1.
I didn't roll.
Okay, roll damage.
12.
All right. You take what part? How do you hit? You just take it and like hit the side of the side of the desk.
I'm trying to use it like a.
Lockpicking.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
because I think it would make the most sense to try and do what I'm trying to do based on what it is.
Okay.
Slashing like this, don't shit.
I feel like France in 1940.
Okay. So that's what you're doing.
Because they're separate pieces put back together somehow. So I know that it's not one solid piece. So if I get in there, I can break something loose. That's my thought. My character thought.
That's your character's thought.
I
All
got
right.
strength to break the desk in half. That shouldn't be an issue.
Okay. I'll let you know if and
Yeah.
when you can do
That's
that.
fine. That's what I'm trying.
All right. So we go now to the end of that. The Reginald and Pick, you come around the corner. At the end of the turn, you see Latonius. You see Shadrach that appears to be doubled over. You see a guard there. Oh, I put it on the wrong guy. There. You see these two guards over here that are just watching. You see the prior on the ground up here, but he's kind of like up. And he's on the ground, but he's holding himself up with one arm as he's looking, and his hands up, and he's going, like he's scared of this fight going on. So that is what you see. So we can say actions for this time. At the end of the round, Shadrach, save versus paralyzation. Can't hear you. Would you roll?
That is thumbs up.
I made it by exactly.
Okay. So action, Shadrach.
I would actually like to bring Possum, see what he does, and then try to slash him with the flame sword.
Okay. Reginald.
Attack.
Pick.
Movement. Attack.
All right. Ovidius, same thing.
What I told you.
All right. Shadrach, roll initiative. Beat a 4.
5.
All righty. Plutonius does a quick scan of the battlefield. He will jump up and he will just kick Shadrach once again. Armor class of -14.
Holy crap.
Shadrach, you take 5 points of damage and save versus paralyzation, please.
He missed, and I get a +5.
Wouldn't that be great?
Actually, no, I made it. I rolled a 19. I saved. I saved.
All right. Very good. Okay, seeing
How
you...
much damage was it?
Huh?
How much damage was it?
Well, I thought I said, but now I don't remember, so I'm just going to roll again.
I just remember hitting armor class -14.
Yeah, I thought it was 5. I wasn't sure.
Oh, it was 5. Okay, 5. Very good. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Offhand. Armor class -6. And I should say off foot. This guy does a lot of kicks. So this time he does a spinning back kick where he turns and goes doo-doo! And he kicks you in the neck for 4 points of damage. Save versus paralyzation.
Again?
Yep.
Oh, God. No.
Failure. Okay, you're stunned. Doo-doo! All right. Okay, so the guard, so the loser side of fast, and the guard's right there, so he will slash, and he will hit an armor class of 9. That's a miss, of course. And now we go to Pick and Shadrach. So actions go before movement, so Who's doing what? Reggie, I guess you're running up there. Are you charging to try to get there now, or are you gonna?
No, I'm sheathing my sword and drawing my bow as I head to the corner of the nearest building to me.
Well, it's either this one or this one.
That one. Second one. Second one you touch.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That corner, and I'm drawing my bow and I'm taking a bead on Latonius.
Okay, now just remember, did you drop your sword or did you sheath it?
I sheathed my sword.
Okay, so if you sheath your sword, you move, you will not be able to take a shot.
Okay, let me point out that I was helping with Tamar's wounds. My sword would have already been sheathed as I came around the corner. So I draw my bow as I go to the corner.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Okay, so you get one shot. And
Yes.
are you doing a called shot to avoid possibly hitting Shadrach, or are you just going to
Yes.
roll evens out? Okay, and pick. What about you? Are you going to shoot from here and just roll to see who you aim at, or are you going to do a called shot?
Butterfly.
Okay, so roll the hit.
That'd be armor class of -4.
Armor class of -4. Okay, so you're probably going to hit either one of them. Now I will let you roll evens odds. Evens, it's Shadrach. Odds, it's the other guy.
5.
All right, roll Dinkus.
3.
All right, so an arrow flies in. Latonius doesn't even, he just kind of, you can't tell from that far away, but Shadrach, you can see Latonius' eyes gaze in that direction, and the arrow comes in, and it goes into his shoulder, and it comes out the other side, and he's like, "Ooh!" And then he smiles real big, and he just goes like this, and his cloak falls off with the arrow in it. All right. Now, pick, if you want to do the same thing, you would take a shot this phase, as well as Reginald taking his one shot this phase. So who would like to go first?
Go ahead,
Reggie.
All right, Reggie, you're up.
Armor class 10.
Okay, and then when you add in
9.
9, okay, and with the called shot subtraction, that is a miss, unfortunately. And so your shot goes like off and hits the building, sticks into the wood siding there. Okay, Pick, are you doing a called shot, or are you just letting it rip again?
Do a call shot now.
Okay, so you wait, and then Latonius will take his second attack on the druid, who is stunned, obviously, because he's right there. And he looks over at you two with the bow and arrow, and he says, "Just give me the horn and I'll leave." And he does a head kick on Shadrach.
Kicking the shit out of him.
Okay, so, that might miss. Armor class of 4. But you're stunned, which makes it an armor class of -1. So Shadrach, you are kicked in the head with a follow-up roll of a, ooh, that's a hit, okay. So first of all, Shadrach, you take only 3 points of damage, but it is a headshot with... I'm sorry. That was a called shot and then a success. Okay. So you actually take 5 points of damage. I'm sorry. 5 points. And you have a serious wound. Is that right? No. Where am I at? If it misses, if it hits, it's... Oh, okay, critical. Okay. Head. Okay. You are knocked out. Boom! Shadrach is down on the ground.
I see Shadrach like he's getting kicked around like a sack.
All right. And now it is Pick's called shot, and you don't even have to do a called shot now. It's normal chances. Roll the hit.
That would be an armor class of -2.
-2. Okay. This time, you got him lined up. You fire that arrow. As it's flying straight at him, he just turns and he puts his hand out like this, and a dark energy comes out, and the arrow goes right into that dark energy.
Damn.
And right in front of you, you see a black arrow appear on the ground. It looks like your arrow, but it's all black. Like somehow it's been, I don't know, changed by evil or something. All right.
Wonder what would happen if you picked it up and shot at it.
Okay. And then you've already moved. Pick, you want to take a move at the end of the round? Or no, I'm sorry, you can't. You took 2 shots. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay. Latonius, however, will look around, and he will take his half move to here. And now he's out of visual line of sight, or any of you. Meanwhile, you're on the inside. Roll the hit.
I've got
Just don't roll a 1. Roll damage.
11.
What are those 2 figures that
Okay.
are standing near the building?
They are guards that apparently were not willing to engage this obviously superior foe.
Nah, man. The
And-
one's right in front of him.
And as the monk went past them, they just sort of shrunk back into their selves, whether that be cowardice or being smart or survival or whatever you want to chalk it up to. They're still alive, but they're not engaging. Okay, so that is the end of that round. You, COVID, you're smashing at this thing. You're working at it. You think that probably as long as your sword doesn't break or you drop it or the roof collapses, you'll probably end up getting into this old, well, for the times, normal wooden heavy desk.
Yeah, except the idiot's standing right outside the door now, so there went my plans.
Okay. So, well, you don't know he's there though.
I know, but I will in a moment.
Okay.
Long before I have this thing in my hand, he'll be kicking my ass in the wall.
So, next round, actions. Pick and Reginald. We'll start with Pick. Moving? Okay. And that's really it. Okay. The
I'll
guard.
attack with my neighbor.
Okay. So we won't even roll initiative here. Well, I guess we should. Go ahead.
We didn't clarify. Was it light or dark in the room? I don't need the light, but I'm just wondering, was there a candle in the room or not?
No.
Perfect.
Okay, roll initiative. Pick, have you rolled initiative yet? Go ahead and roll initiative, Pick. Beat a 10. My side's delayed.
A 2.
Okay. Did you say a do? Okay. All right. So, Reginald and Pick. So Pick's obviously a little behind Reginald. Reginald, do you go wherever?
Up the wall.
Do you?
I go up the wall and onto the roof.
Okay. So roll your climb walls, and there are abundant handholds. So add 20 to your percentage. Your success.
48.
Your success percentage, I should say.
I make it. That
Okay.
makes it 110 with the 20.
Okay. So you say, whoop, you're up there. You still.
And I move across to take a shot if I'm able to do that. Is
All
that?
right. Hold on. Let's see here.
Move would be-
Hold on. This is the thing. So it's 15. So 2, 6. And what's your move?
15, 7 would be half.
Okay, so you can get to right here.
Okay.
And-
Not able to take a shot.
Yeah, your line of sight isn't there.
Okay. But I'm getting my bow out, and I'm
Okay.
getting ready.
Okay, pick. Oh. Where do you want to go, pick?
Head towards the mouth of the alleyway there.
Okay, so okay, so what we'll say is that what's your move? What's your move? Is it 15 as well?
15.
Okay, so if you get up to here, so that's more than half. So, and Reginald, if your idea is to move until you get a shot, so you actually get up here, okay? So let me explain this so it makes sense. So both of you move more than half of your move to get where you want to get to. And by the time you get up there, which is by the way the combat round lays out, you see the monk down there, right? And he's right at that side door. So, but now that you've moved over half, you won't be able to attack. So like you're getting ready and you're drawn because you had to stow it to climb. So just as you look down, you see him, and you're like getting ready, and you go and pick. You come around the corner, and you're like, oh, and you get ready to fire, and then it's his turn, and he goes in the door. Whoop. Okay, on his turn. So when he goes in there, as the door opens, you hear like a crash coming from inside, and you're like, what the fuck? And then when you get in there, the door opens up, and the light isn't direct on you, but it's enough to put some light.
Oh, it's dark outside.
No. It's dark in the building.
No, I thought it was later. I don't know. I thought it was later. They went over to set up the tents and everything. That's why I thought it was later.
That was from the night before.
I don't remember. That's why I said
Okay.
I thought it was later. I thought it was that night that
No,
we
you got-
were standing guard because there was going to be a guard, and I thought this was that night. It wasn't the next day.
You guys had
Remember
the...
now, you see me laying there on the ground.
All right, well, you guys can help me fill this in, because Sean's thinking it's nighttime for some reason. I thought this all happened after the Speak with Dead in the morning. That's
Yes.
correct. Okay.
Okay. No, you're right. I don't
Okay.
think about that.
Okay, so
Okay.
the door opens. The light isn't enough to cause your infravision to go away, but it's enough to kind of give a dim light to the rest of the room. And you see the monk there, and you're like, crash! Well, actually, roll. Just don't roll one yet.
Okay.
Okay, roll Dinkus.
9.
Okay, so after this third powerful, you're jamming, you're slashing, you're doing whatever you can do to damage this desk, you manage to create, you bash a hole in it, right? And you have time to reach in there and grab the horn out. And so as you step up and you got the horn, the
Wait a minute.
go ahead,
It's
Daryl.
not in here willy-nilly.
Am I incorrect? I thought the horn was put back in the desk.
It was wrapped in something, right?
No, it's in
Like a
Chad.
backpack?
Okay.
It's in Chad's backpack.
All right, well then you grab the backpack.
All right.
And you pull it out, and the door opens, and the guy is there in the door, and he doesn't say anything other than, thank you for finding that. And he does a leap, and he attempts to kick you, which is well within his movement and attack.
Ooh.
He hits an armor class of -9.
Of course, he never misses.
All right, so you got the backpack in one hand. Your, I guess your shield's on the ground because you got a sword or somehow, even if you had your shield and you were hitting the thing with the one hand, you'd still, either you don't have your shield or your sword. I guess I'll let you pick.
I don't have the sword.
Okay. So, first of all,
Because remember the shield's strapped to my arm, so I'm not gonna go through trying to unstrap it. I just leave the sword and grab the thing. I mean, this all happens simultaneously.
So he leaps across. It's kind of like a push kick. Doo-doo. He kicks you right in your chest, and even though you put the shield up, it like pushes back into you. You
Right.
take 1 point of dinkus,
Right.
but you were hit. You do need to save versus paralyzation.
15.
All right, so now he's standing on the desk, and you're right off to the side of it, on the left side, if you're looking from my point of view. And that was his turn, and you went, and you guys have done that. So theoretically, 12, 15, okay, so both of you guys can move now with the second part of your movement, which is whatever, like 15 or whatever it is. So if you want to move, take your second movement, you can, or not. So we'll just start with pick.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Reginald.
I'm coming down the building.
Okay, warrior climb walls with the same plus that you had before. Well, you got your bow, so you're going to stow it and climb down? Or are you going to try to come down one-handed with a negative to your climbing?
I'll come one-handed.
All right. What is your normal success chance of climb walls?
90%.
Okay, roll, and I will tell you if you're successful.
52.
Yes, even with the negative, you come down with one arm and you land, and that would be. So theoretically, you got a few more squares to move if you want.
I'm going to step in the door and cover the
I'm sorry, cover the what?
lump. Latonius.
Okay. All right. So you go.
Don't move.
So you go in. Okay. Very good. And are you an elf? I don't think you are, Reginald.
I'm not.
So there's low light in there. So there may be a couple modifiers to anything because of that. Okay.
Okay.
But with the low light that's there, you see what I described before. COVID with the backpack in his one hand and the shield in the other, and the monk, whatever the fuck monk thing it is, on the table. And that is where that round ends. And now we go to the next round. And we'll say actions. So let's start with pick. I'm sorry, you're outside. No. COVID.
Point to the top of that building. Where am I at in the room? I'm in the center.
The desk is kind of in the middle. And, okay, so like if the desk is there,
Right.
you're on this side. Reginald's over here on this door. And the desk is in the middle and the monk's on top of it. Which, we can do it like this, that's
But
fine.
you can do that's fine. I just was curious. Or for that matter, you can put us on top of that building. So I understand.
Okay.
I was just curious where I was
Okay.
positioned. I'm gonna head for the.
If you want to go out the door, that's over
Yes.
here.
I'm,
Or I'm sorry, it would be over here.
yeah.
Okay, so just move. Is that your
Yeah.
action?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Okay.
run. Actually, I'm run. What's
Yeah,
the highest
that's
rate of
fine.
speed I can do? From
Well, you can, with strength checks, you can move like 5 times as fast.
Then I'll move
But
5
there's,
times.
there's negatives the more you try to push it.
Right. I'm just trying to get out where everybody else is. I don't think I can outmaneuver him anyway.
Okay, and Reginald,
Yeah.
action?
I continue to cover the lump. And I say, what have you done, Colvin?
Okay, and pick.
I move down to the doorway.
Just a move, is that your action?
Yes.
Okay. And Shadrach, did you have a question?
Where? Point to me.
He might be behind that door.
Hang on.
I can't see him.
Okay. Just let me know when I have to wake up.
Yeah, you're going to be out for a while.
I figured. Yeah, I figured.
Critical wounds for a head, you're unconscious for 3d10 rounds. So, why don't I just roll that and then you can keep track. So, $26 rounds.
Oh, shit.
So, mark 1. Okay. Alright. So, I need Reginald to roll initiative. Vita, 10. My side is delayed again.
6.
6. All right. Nobody on very fast. On fast. COVID.
I'm on that.
Are you a specialist?
No, but I am covering him, which allows me to...
Yeah, it gives you something. It gives you something. Hold on. Let's. Okay. Can announce that he's covering an opponent. Yes, covering. Continues to cover a single square, and that's the square. As long as that square is within. Yes. Only characters with a weapon proficiency slot. Yes. Okay. Okay. Since the arrow or bolt is ready to be fired, the covering character's first shot is fast or very fast. Okay, so your first shot is fast. You are correct, and that's great. And covering character automatically wins initiative against the covered target. It is possible for a very fast creature to beat out the shot of a proficient archer, but even very fast creatures can be covered by a specialist. Okay. So in other words, if there was something here that was very fast, it could theoretically still go first. But so far the monk hasn't shown that it goes on very fast. So you got him covered. Okay. So, COVID, you do as you say, you move out the door.
That door's up on.
Okay. So as you move around the desk, it's very, very close to being within his striking distance.
Well, can I not be next to the desk? Is there enough room to move around without? I mean, I've got plenty of speed and movement. Do I have?
No,
do I
you
have to
can-
move alongside the desk?
No.
And then I'd like to,
Okay.
to not move right
All
alongside the
right.
desk.
So, okay. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. At 5, you are outside. You're right outside the door. Where would you like to go after that?
Hey, that way.
This way, or that way?
Around the building and head this way.
Are you wanting to go
Past
this
the-
way?
Past. Reginald's standing at that door. I'm going to
Yeah.
pass him
Okay.
as I'm going that direction towards where the group of people are currently at.
So
Like I
you
said,
see-
I'm
you see
moving as
Pip
fast as I
there.
can, and I'll run. I'll roll whatever you want.
Okay, so let's see. Running. As soon as I find it.
And you remember my speed was 16, right?
I don't remember,
And
but
16
I
is
certainly
before
believe
we
it.
add anything to it.
Okay, there it is. 120. Okay. Come on. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I know why that's fucked up. Okay. So we're in the middle of combat here. So You sprint. That's as fast as you can go.
Okay.
Okay. And I think that is just a straight strength check, if I remember correctly. That's what I think it is. Let's see if I can find it. Counter, no. No. Sorry for the delay. I'm just trying to find the thing for sprint.
Well, you said I had to, or you thought it was a bunch of strength checks.
Sprint.
Keep
Can
going.
you hear me now?
Yes.
Isn't that the thing for sprint?
Oh.
Huh?
Okay. Just make a strength
Oh,
check.
sprint. I get it. Just what? Make a what?
Make a strength check.
No problem.
Because if I can't find it, then we just got to move along. Okay. So that that triples your movement. So if your move is 16, so on this phase you go 16, and then which would put you about here.
That's what 16's worth.
Well, you got to go around all this. You can't really see as much because it's all covered up, but yes.
Well, I was just picturing 16 inches.
Okay.
As you
So
pass Randy, he says, "What are you doing?"
I don't reply.
okay.
So as not to give
So-
the guy my answer.
Tick, you said you wanted to go down to the doorway. Was that right? Okay. So when you get to the doorway, you see Reginald inside there, and you can see he's got an arrow pointed at the monk on the desk. You want to move anywhere else?
Also,
You'll just go ahead and,
I'll draw an arrow also.
okay. All right, so the monk, because you guys are done and you're covering Reginald, so the monk, on its turn, it will attempt to go out the door, not the door away, but right past Reginald. So
I fire.
yes, so you got him covered, so you fire first.
Armor class 4.
All right, armor class 4. So you fire. The monk deftly puts one hand on the desk, pushes up. The arrow flies in between his legs as he does the upside down splits. Comes to the door. He does a leap, and he is going to attempt to get past you, which gives you an attack of opportunity. So the question is, what do you attack him with?
My bow is in hand, but I would be at a minus, so I'm just going to bash him with the bow.
You want to hit him with the bow?
Can I shoot an arrow without... I guess I take penalties either way. I'll try to shoot him with a bow.
Well, hold on. Let me make sure you can... it's a melee attack only.
Okay. And I'll smack him with the bow.
All right. Roll the hit. You never know. You might get lucky.
I did not get lucky. I hit an armor class of 13.
All right. So he moves past you. You swing. He basically does this thing where he puts his arms behind him, and he does the thing where you you know how you kip up and you take your legs and it forces the rest of your body to get up off the ground. And so he kips up and puts his hands then on your shoulder and kind of like goes whoop, whoop, right over the top of you and goes past you right to where Pick is. Pick, you've already moved and done your thing. So, well, you just took a move and you draw. Okay, so theoretically you could cover too. Unfortunately, Reggie was in the doorway, so You can shoot, but the monk has cover. Roll.
Honor class of 8.
Okay. So, you fire. Reggie's kind of in the way. The monk's just flipping over the top. You say, whoop, then it goes, sticks in the door jamb. And as the monk flips over, his foot kicks the arrow. And he's going to try to do something cool factor here. He's just going to try to kick the arrow back at you. So he's got to roll really high, but what the fuck. All right, not quite. The arrow flicks back. He does kick it, but you manage to like go and throw your arms up, and the arrow just harmlessly hits off your forearms and falls to the ground. Now, as he's out there, he's going to run after COVID, and you get an attack of opportunity on him if you want.
Yes.
And what are you going to use?
Well,
Okay, now you guys know attacking with the bow, because you're proficient with the bow. The bow isn't created to be used as a melee weapon. You certainly can, but there's a reason why you don't. So go ahead and roll the hit.
Wait, can I add something to his? I gave him a bow that's metal. Remember? I gave him the one out of the cave. I said, would you like to?
I don't, but
Yeah, it's one of my people's bows.
Way too specific for you to be making it up, so I believe you.
Yeah, it's the exact same bow I have. It's an elven bow. It has the metal, and you said it weighed more because of that. And I gave it to him, asked if he would want it. So it's not just a wooden bow.
Well, but are you using the elven bow? Because that's a different proficiency.
No, it's just a long, sharp bow. It's just it weighs more, and it can be used to block.
I'm trying to find a text message.
Well, go ahead.
Back on the 8th, I said ask you with a text message. Was there anything special I needed to know about this new bow? And you said nothing yet.
I mean, part of the bow is the only difference is it weighs more, and you can use it. The reason it's metal is because if you're shooting and then you've got an attacker coming up, you can use it to help defend yourself from a sword attack. That's the only purposes I read in there about it. But other than that, everything else is standard.
Well, roll the hit. Are you even using that? Which bow are you using?
That's what I had been using to see if there's anything special with it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's going to matter. Using it to hit the guy. It's not wood. It's metal. So.
Not close.
Okay. All right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this guy basically gets right behind you. All right. Okay, well, before that happens, where are you wanting to go with it? Just out into the fields?
Fast as I can run, straight
All right, so you're gonna. All right.
Through.
All right, so you get up there. Finally, it's his turn. All that happens. And then you go another 16. So basically, you're just leading this guy off for some kind of secret duel out in the forest or whatever. All right.
I'm hoping to be able to beat him at speed.
Okay.
That's my theory, and I've got Jarrett, so I can keep going. I don't know what he can do, but I'm hoping I can outdo him.
Okay. So, meanwhile, back in the monastery, you guys are able to do whatever you want. There's no combat.
I think he's working with Latonius.
I think
Supposed to bash the hole in the desk and pulled the horn out and they ran off. Oh my God.
I think his ears have been out in the sun too long.
He's possessed by Badon or something. And I noticed Shadrach at that time, and I'm going to run over there to help Shadrach.
All right. You do that. Hick, what do you do?
I'm going to go out with Reggie.
All right. So you guys are there. Shadrach appears to be unconscious, but you don't see like any, like like bleeding or anything. It's all a bunch of what you would expect, bruising and rug burns and shit like that.
I think we need to try to get at least Tamar over here with Shad. So we should just have everybody together.
You want to go get Kmark and I'll keep an eye on Shad, or vice versa?
It doesn't matter. I don't know if I can move Shad. Or Tamar.
I'll
Okay.
go get Tamar.
All right, so you guys do that. Meanwhile, pause. As you're running off COVID, you hear this.
Am I keeping?
If you don't bring that back, I'm going to kill all your friends.
Is he catching up to me, or is he getting further away? I mean, it's important because it's what I want to do.
As you stop to, or as you slow down to turn and look.
Well, no, let's slow down. I mean,
If you run it,
I can't tell.
Okay, you can run at full speed and look behind if you want.
I can just see if he's like right there. If I can't see him, that's a good sign. I'm not trying to
Make a perception check.
You know what I'm saying? 20, 35.
As you begin to enter into the wooded area, you hear that. You may take a quick look and you see him turning around and going back to slaughter anyone that you knew in the monastery.
All right, so another phase movement.
Sure.
I stop behind a big tree. I speak Shadrach's whole name to open the bag. I can look. I have it. If you need to know, it's something he told me something.
Say my name. Say it.
That's
Wait a
fine.
second, I can look it up. I pull the horn out. I put it into my quiver. I pull a regular sharp sword out, put it inside, close the bag, and I start heading back.
Okay. Okay, so as you guys are, you're moving Shadrach over to the tent area with Tamar. As you get him situated and what you think to be comfortable over here, you hear someone coming. Unfortunately, it's too late. The monk is basically upon you like a cat that was stalking a mouse. And he, through his teeth, he says, I hope it was worth it. He's just going to die tired, but you're going to die now. And you guys are standing right there. And the monk is about 20 feet away.
Jambalaya, damn you!
And I need actions. We'll
Draw the
start.
sword.
Okay. You're going to attack.
Yes.
And Reginald.
Guarding.
All right. Roll initiative, pick.
Just so you know, I'm running back and I'm just walking. So you know, if I wasn't clear.
1.
All right. You guys go first.
Or same speed, I mean, whatever it was.
So pick. Do you move up to challenge this person?
I charge.
Okay. You charge. Yeah. Roll the hit. You get a +2 on your attack.
Ooh. My melee is much worse with my short sword. Armor class of 5.
All right. You bring your sword in. You charge in. You go for the stab. He politely does this cool monk maneuver. Goes and just deflection. It's now his turn. He says, make sure you tell Covidius that he enjoys his spoils while he can. He tries to kick you and hits an armor class of 2. That's a hit.
He kicked me.
All right. Hit. You take 1 point of damage. Save versus paralyzation.
Missed it by 2.
Missed it? All right.
Yes.
You are stunned. Doo-doo. He will then take his offhand and he will chop you in the neck. Doo! Armor class of -3. Pick. You take 6 points of damage. Seeing Reginald standing behind you and you stunned, he says, 1 down, and he grabs you behind the neck and he's going to do a called shot tie maneuver and go whack with a -4 penalty.
What'd you call it?
Armor class of -6.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Pick. You suffer, first of all, 6 points of damage, and you are unconscious. The monk then looks at Reginald and just smiles. It is now Reginald's turn. You take a half movement attack?
Yeah.
Okay. So you move up and you attack. Roll the hit.
I'm not doing it at the moment, but I'm going to try to sap him
Okay.
with the end of my sword.
Hold on. That's in here somewhere. I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any character attempting to sap a creature that threatens her provokes an attack of opportunity for the defender. Okay. So, first of all, the attack of opportunity. Armor class of -13. Bam! Reginald, you take 6 points of damage. Save versus paralyzation, please.
19.
That is a success. All right. And now, a sap is a type of called shot. It has a 1-phase initiative penalty, and an attacker has a -4 to hit. Penalty increases to -8 if the defender is wearing some kind of helmet, which he is not. So roll to hit, and don't subtract the -4. Just tell me what you hit.
Poorly, I hit an armor class of 9.
9. Okay. So you take the called shot. You move in with the hilt. You jam it forward. The monk, at the last second, does this weird head juke. Boop, boop. Your hand goes right past his ear as you pull back, and he looks at you and he says, "How do you like all of this? All you had to do was give me the horn."
You can't have it. Bazan will be destroyed.
He kind of sighs, and now it's the next round. Action. Make a
Sure to. I'm running still, so why would I need to?
make a oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, go ahead.
5, so yeah, didn't roll long. All right.
Okay, so entering out of the forest, you see the abbey walls, and
I'm looking for him first off. This little orange thing.
right.
You see him?
Make a perception check.
31.
Okay, yeah, you see him way down by the tents fighting Reginald.
I holler, and I'm still running full that direction. Wait. I'll give it to you. I'm not gonna holler here, but that's what I holler at.
Oh, where'd Reggie go? Reggie.
I'm here.
Okay. What's your action?
Attack.
Roll initiative. Beat a 1.
2.
All right. So he moves in with a straight feints with the elbow, and when he feints with the elbow, you need to make a intelligence check, Daryl. If you fail it, he gets a bonus to hit because this is a special feint maneuver.
Intelligence check.
Yep, just intelligence check.
Add that, it's a 30.
Okay, so the feint does not affect you. As he brings up his foot, you're like, I thought you kick all the time. Whoa! And hits an armor class of -3. Boom!
Ouch.
Reginald, take 1 point of damage, save versus paralyzation.
Seven to fail.
All right, so you're stunned. He does a facing change, moves 5 feet to the side. He reaches out, and he's got his hands on your neck and your shoulder, and he looks up at Coben.
I said,
He says, "You don't make the rules, motherfucker! I do!" And he's gonna go for a called shot on your neck. Oh, that missed! He tries to do it, and you're stunned, and you can't take any meaningful actions. But it's like, the sweat and everything, and his hand slips off, and he just is like, just for a second. Are you continuing to run or whatever?
Yeah, try to get back to the situation.
So you get right about to here when he gets to take his second attack, and he's like, "Good, I want
Hold the bag up in one hand.
He
There's
says-
the hand with no sword still. It's just like I ran away.
make a charisma check with disadvantage."
That'd be a 19 there, so. Yeah, so. A 19's.
19's your lowest.
Yeah, that's not special,
Okay.
right? So I need a 20.
So he's looking at 21 at least,
All right.
unless there's modifiers. But that's what the
If
disadvantage was for.
if I can add some flavor to this, that's what I'm trying to make it look like I'm really out of breath too. Like I'm physically panting, like heavy breathing.
Okay.
Like weak, my arms wary as I'm holding up in the air. Wait, you said you wouldn't have brought it back here. And I'm close enough there. I throw it, but it don't make the whole distance. Like I throw it, it makes it about to the halfway mark. Between us, I mean.
Yeah.
And I drop to my knees with a hand on the ground like I'm out of breath. Not looking at him eye to eye.
Okay.
Just take it and leave.
He says, "You really pissed me off, you know it?" And he's going to try that thing on you again, Daryl. Hits an armor class of 3.
That's a miss. Oh, I don't have my dex. I'm stunned.
Correct. So
That is a hit.
what's your armor class just with your armor?
It is a 4.
Okay. All right. So he goes, "You know what? You really pissed me off." And he goes, and you hear a cracking sound.
Shadrack's out.
Reginald, you take 4 points of damage. You take a critical wound to the neck. All right, I don't know what your hit points are at, but luckily your neck doesn't snap.
I'm not looking too bad.
You do need to save versus paralyzation again, though.
20.
Nice.
All right. You do, however, realize that as he was trying to snap your neck, you were wrong. He wasn't trying to snap your neck. As his fingers and hands slowly constrict around your throat before they sense where your voice box might be. And as his fingers dig in and rip,
Oh, shit.
and you're like, and your mouth starts to fill with blood, and there's serious damage. Because of the pain and the shock, you have a -3 to hit and damage. And when you cry out, all you hear is a and something's wrong there. And he bends down and whispers in your ear, "You should have sung louder, little songbird. You should have sung louder. Now Bazan's not going to be able to hear you." All right, and that, I think that's the end of the round. Am I right? Didn't you already attack, Reggie?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think
Okay. So,
So I'm like, no.
yeah. Next
No, I
round.
probably snapped his neck from my
Right.
point of view.
Okay. You can see that Reginald is not stunned, but he's like trying to, I don't know, hold together or do something with his neck. Something's fucked up with his neck, and there's blood coming out of his
Yeah.
mouth. You're not sure what's
Right.
wrong with him.
Right.
Okay. Next round. Actions. Reginald, you're right there. You have an action?
I drop my weapons and fall to my knees.
Okay. Kobed, action.
I unstrap my shield, just drop it, and I put my hands up. I'm on my knees, so I'm like, "Let me go to my friends, please." And I'm still trying to have my breath.
Okay.
I kind of stumble to my feet, but I
So you
stay.
just want to parlay?
Yeah, I'm trying to move around to not increase my distance to him. Like, show him I'm not.
All right.
I'm not.
So we'll drop. Yes, Reginald.
Is he like turning and talking to Covidius, or what's going on there?
He is next to you. He's flanking you on your right side.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, this guy sees an arrow with a shot from behind him.
He says, "You didn't do what I told you to do, Covidius. All this is on you. Look what you made me do."
I'm
And he points down. That one. That one. That one. And now this one.
You're right. You always were right. Just take your thing and leave. Let me go to my friends before it's too late.
He says,
Their lives mean more than whatever it is you're looking for.
"Bring it to me."
I look out at the bag laying on the ground. It's like halfway between it. I go out. I pick it up. I'm making it look like I'm shaking.
Okay.
And I slowly move toward him with it out. And then I get so close, I don't get close enough to where I think he can touch me or kick me. Like I'm looking afraid. And it's just like and then, you know, and I'm trying to move around to like get to my friends. I'm making it look like that's my maneuver, which it is. Just so you got to clear your head what I'm trying to do.
All right. He bends down and picks up the bag, and then he starts to walk away. Go ahead, Reggie.
Does he turn his back on me when he does that?
Yes.
I'd like to take a backstab opportunity.
All right.
With my dagger.
Are you going to do anything besides that?
That ain't gonna kill him.
Nope.
Like,
I'm gonna take it.
are you going to do anything that would increase your chance of surprising him?
The fact that he thinks I'm down, and I'm gonna move silently.
There it is. There. I was about ready to say, I'm not gonna tell you, fuckface. Okay.
Well, you can't talk, so you gotta be moving silent, right?
Roll. Okay, so to make the attack, here we go. Move silently.
All right. 29, and I need a 51.
Okay. Let's see if he's surprised. All right. Roll initiative.
Three.
Oh no.
Roll a d20.
Oh my goodness.
Beat a 5.
The only thing that would help.
17.
All right, roll it again.
The only thing that would help is if there was reinforcements and there was that current that came back.
Dick.
6.
Yes.
All right.
He said dick. Dick.
Okay. So here's what happens. You think you're moving silently because all thieves, no matter what they roll, think they're moved silently.
Click.
And you get up, and just as you're about ready to stab, you can't help it. You're like, and blood flies out. And you go to stab, and he turns at a second, and you end up, you're in a grappling match. You're in a square, and you're kind of stuck together.
And I spit blood at him.
And okay, so that's what happens right off the bat. I would say that's probably not good for you because this guy's an unarmed fighter, but yeah, you know, you'll have each other. So, unfortunately, I rolled a 9. You had a +4 to your surprise roll because of being silent, but you rolled a 9, so a 7 or less would have been a surprise. So, it's now whoever's fastest, so it's him, because he goes on a 2 and you go on a 5, I think. So, he's just going to do one of those fucking winter go ahead, what?
I'm using my dagger, what I'm using.
Oh, okay. Dagger has a speed of 3 or 2, doesn't it? 2?
2.
Okay, I'll say. All right, fists are 1. I'm sorry. I said 2, but it's 1. Okay. So he's gonna do a Winter Soldier, several punches, right into you. So armor class of -7 and -9.
That hits.
All right. Reginald, you take 10 points of damage and save versus paralyzation twice.
Okay, we're gonna make
Hey, Pick, were you stunned?
I rolled an 8.
You need
which
to,
is a save, and a natural 1.
You need to save versus paralyzation
Twice.
at least, because you might be
I rolled.
unstunned.
He's talking to Pick.
Hold on, Daryl. I pick. You were just plain old stunned, weren't you? Or were you out totally? No. Okay. So roll a save versus paralyzation.
Yeah, you said I was unconscious.
Oh, okay. That's different. Oh, that's right, because he did the tie clinch on you. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, very good. So
I clinch.
you are just so we are clear, so everything's equal. Pick, you would be unconscious for 22 rounds, and it's been 2 rounds so far. So you're kind of almost even with Shadrach as far as when you guys will both wake up.
He was 27.
So, I mean, somewhat, within a minute or two.
Yeah, 2 rounds total.
Okay. Okay, so, Daryl, you got hit, you took the damage, you then saved versus paralyzation, and it sounded like you passed one, but then you failed the next one.
I failed them both, and one was a natural 1.
Oh, okay. So, you are stunned. And he's like, you son of a bitch! And he's going to take the cord on the backpack, and he's going to try to wrap it around your neck and kill you.
No!
So, you're stunned. So, here he goes. All right, so even with you stunned, he tries to put the backpack strap around your neck, but you manage to put your hand up by your neck, and it's around it, and he squeezes it, and you're like, ah! And no damage. You managed to stop him from choking you out. Okay,
Bastard!
and that is where the round ends. Yes, Shadrach.
If he even touches that flap and tries to just fill it open, boom.
Okay. All right. So, next round, actions.
Parlay, moving closer.
Where,
You guys grab my finger. So I'm trying to skirt. Is these 2x4s? Are they actually there? Oh, that's the
Craft
top
area.
that thing. Is that something I can move through, or is that they're not buildings, right? Or what?
yeah, they're buildings.
Oh. I up against the wall. I'm trying to go. I'm like, please, just leave him alone. As I'm trying to move around him to get to one of our other downed individuals.
Okay. All right. Reginald, do you have an action?
I'm grappling, which means what? I'm trying either defending or trying to improve my situation.
Well, let's see if you're unstunned first. So at the end of the round, make another saving throw versus paralyzation.
15, that's a save.
Okay, so you start the round off able to have action. So your action is to
Defend myself, improve my position.
all right. So well, he just so we're clear. He had to move. He stunned you, and then he basically moved a square, grabbed the backpack, came over, and wrapped it around your neck. So you're not really grappled.
Trying to choke me.
Yeah. So, but
So is that considered grappling?
so since he failed, you're not technically grappled.
Okay, then I am attacked.
And somehow you were able to get he was so angry that he let go of it, and you were like, ugh, and you pulled the thing off, and now the backpack's on the ground. Okay. Then
You dirty bastard.
you regained your wits, and now this round your action is
Attack.
attack. All right, roll initiative. Beat a 3.
Is it me again?
Yep, it's just you.
4.
All right. So, Tanius.
What more do you want? You got everything you want. Just please, don't. What more do you want?
Tanius is going to. All right.
As I'm moving closer, but not in a direct manner. Right?
He tries to kick you, Reginald. It's armor class of -2. Okay.
Oof.
Save versus paralyzation. You fail?
I did fail.
Okay, well, you take 1 point of damage, but he wasn't going for the stun that time. He was going for the knockdown. So you are knocked down, and then while you're on the ground, he will kick you. Armor class of -4. He says, stay down. You take 5 points of damage, and this time save versus paralyzation again to see if you're stunned. Uh-oh.
Way off. 14. Save.
All right. All right, so it's your guys' turn. So, Covidius, where you want to go?
I'm moving around that way because he's closer over here now. So I'm trying to start. So I'd be about half the distance now, but
You can go further if you want.
I mean, from him, I'm trying to, and I'm
Yeah,
trying to-
I get you. So you have more movement if you want it.
I'm gonna go up to. I'm gonna move up, drop to my knees, and try to cover Reginald.
Oh, that's easily done.
Yeah.
So you do that.
Like, and I'm like, please, just leave him go. Just please,
Okay.
don't hurt him anymore.
Reginald.
And I'm trying to cover. You know.
Okay, Reginald, what do you want to do? You said you wanted to attack, but
Curl up in the fetal position.
okay. All right. So, Latonius.
I won't let him attack me anymore, please. Just,
Okay,
I'm not
so
looking at Latonius either.
he looks and he sneers and he goes, huh.
I'm not looking at him. I'm looking down. Just covering Reginald.
He walks over and he picks up the bag.
Dropped him. But it was you.
Yeah. Well, but
Okay.
he let go of it because he was frustrated, couldn't get it on him, and then that's when he was like, yeah. So he picks up the bag, the backpack.
And get ready. There's going to be some great acting in my very near future.
Okay.
It's been thought out for a while.
And then he goes to open it. And what happens, Shadrach? Can't hear you.
Fire truck.
Small nuclear device triggers.
The spell's called Fire Trap. I'm looking right now.
1d4 points. I won't even feel
Dick,
it.
you're having a wonderful dream about rainbows and teddy bears. You're
Pink teddy bear.
you're thinking back to your time when you were a young lad and you were learning how to make locks and make keys, and you thought it was really great the way the cogs interacted with each other, and then like you think about something strange enters your mind. You see a walking clock with legs, and you're just fascinated by it as it's walking in front of your shop, and you think you might want to talk to it, but before you can, your dream changes and goes away. Okay, Shadrach, what happens?
Within a 5-foot radius, 9 points of damage.
Okay, is there a saving throw?
Those who successfully save take half damage.
Okay.
I assume it's just spell and doesn't say specifically.
All right. 18, he saves. He
So,
takes
4.5.
4 points. All right, so it goes off, but he manages to, like, just as it's going off, he uses his hands and pushes it the other direction.
All right, here's my acting stars. Ready?
Okay. That's some great acting.
Look at Bill
In
Wilson.
case you guys missed it, Covidius just kind of looked over, eyes wide, and was like, what? All right.
So basically, this thing just blew up in his face.
Right. So, he drops it. He looks a little miffed, like something just happened that didn't really go his way. So he turns back slowly to Covidius
And that's a,
and Reginald. And he says, come off your corpses just as easy. And he will move over, and it needs to be actions. So, Kobe,
Get
you're
off
up.
of me, help!
Do you have an action?
I get up.
I'd let him get up.
That's just movement.
Um,
And also, you know, half movement to get up. I know that's super easy to do things that way, and I kind of took that rule from this, where it's like a half move or an action. But I think to get up, you should be able to get up like with 3 movement points. That's what I think. So
well, how many points you get total? You get 3. What, I don't understand what you mean, 3 movement.
well, let's say you're COVID
16,
and you
so
move
3 of the
16. Right now, the way the rules are written, it's going to cost you half.
Oh, okay, so you mean just like, I'd have 13 left then if I...
Yeah.
Okay, I understand what you mean. Okay.
So I want to try that for a while and see if it makes any difference at all. Might not, but anyway, I'll put it up on the website that nobody looks at. Okay, so actions, COVID.
Who's that? Is that Pick down there?
It is.
I move over to Pick and see if I can wake him.
Reginald, action.
I run
Movement.
away down past the...
You don't have to say yet. You just that's your action. Okay. So roll initiative, COVID. Beat a 10. 1. Oh no! All right, Covidius, roll a d20. Well, beat a 9. You did. Roll it again.
Well, I'll be damned. 14. That's
14.
unfortunately not a 16.
Okay. Well, that's neither good nor bad, because that can't happen. So there you go. All right.
Don't need to roll again then?
No. Okay.
I'll try for her 16.
You can certainly try, but it won't help. Okay, so anybody on fast? No. Or yes, everyone's on fast. So both of you get up on fast because you said you want to move, and it takes 3 movement points.
Well, how many would it be for me just on my knees to go right there to Pick? He's less than 5 feet away, or
2.
5 feet away. Then I do that. I don't even get up and go back down. I'm going down. I'm on my knees trying to figure out what's going on. I'm not aware of why he's down and out, so I don't know what's going on yet.
All right. So
My back is to the guy, or side. I don't know. Whatever you.
all right. So
decide.
this is all happening simultaneously. You decide you're going to crawl over and do something.
Investigate whatever the hell's wrong with him.
Okay.
I don't know.
Reginald, you try to stand up.
I get up and I move away past the tents and around the building.
What's your movement?
15.
Okay. So you get up. It takes 3 points of movement, and then are you running?
Yes.
All right. Okay. At the same time that you guys are getting up, he moves over there. So, this is all simultaneous. You get up. He moves over. You crawl over. So as you start to move away, Reginald, he takes an attack of opportunity on you. Armor class of 2.
That's a hit.
Reginald, you take 1 point of damage. Saber's paralyzation.
11. That's a fail.
Oh no! So you get up and immediately you get kicked in the back and it hits a nerve and you're like, oh, like, you know, we would know as old people that you fucking get hit in the back and you're like, oh fuck, or if you've been sitting in a chair a while, it's hard to move. That's what happened to you. Bam, bam! Ah! So now he will take his regular attacks. So
Tell me about it.
You're stunned. He can tell. He will then direct his attacks on COVID. So while you're on the ground, the first kick, you
Am I able to use my dex at all?
that's a good question. I'm going to go ahead and say that you can.
I have tumbling if that helps. So.
I'm going to say that you can until I find out differently.
All right, so that'd be an armor class 0. Or -1, sorry.
Natural 20 explosion.
Just out of curiosity, what does he hit with a natural 20?
Armor class -15.
Yeah.
And then armor class of 2, but you're +4 because you're prone. So armor class
At least I could use my dex.
-2. You can. What's your armor class?
It would be -1, would be my total armor class. Use my
Okay,
dex.
so he got a -2.
Oh, okay. Well, you said because I'm prone. That's
All right.
why. How can I use my dex if I'm prone?
Well, I'm assuming you're just rolling around like you see in the movies, people trying to hit somebody
No,
on
I
the
just mean
ground.
you said I'm prone.
Yeah, that just means you're on the ground.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
Okay, so the first kick
That's the first kick.
does 4 + 1 for 5 points of dinkus. Save versus paralyzation.
Yes.
All right. The second kick, while you're on the ground, off foot, if you will. Armor class of minus
Yeah, it's fine. It's
-1. You
Wait.
take
Oh yeah, it is my armor class. Oh yeah.
4 points of damage and save versus paralyzation.
No.
Failure. Okay, you're stunned. And with his last attack, he will attack a stunned opponent. And he's going to do a called shot. And he's going to try to curb stomp your neck.
Remember, I have a helmet on. Well,
He will attack you in whatever unarmored place he can find. So he will try to snap your legs.
armor there too, but okay. All right.
Armor class of -12. Follow-up roll. Armor class of -14. All right. So, first of all, you take only 4 points of damage, but that
Roll
is
against anything.
a critical wound to the legs. Well, you're already stunned, so you can't be
I didn't
double
know if there was
stunned.
anything else. Okay.
You, okay, so, I would like you to roll oh, here it is, okay. So this is a very small chance, roll percentile.
What am I doing?
There's a 0.4% chance that his legs are broken.
98.
Okay. And now roll a system shock roll.
$73.
All right. Okay. So, with a critical wound to the legs, your move is reduced by 4 categories.
Oh, shit.
So whatever it is on the back of your sheet there. You use 4 fatigue points every round, and you add 80 pounds to whatever it is that you're carrying.
That won't affect anything, but the movement categories will.
Okay. So what is your move now? So you guys that are awake hear this.
I don't plan on moving.
Ah!
So what exactly do you mean by categories? You mean like the unencumbered?
Yes.
Encumbered categories? Well, I mean, there's only 5 of them.
Okay.
So
what's the
I would
one?
not be. I would lose unencumbered, light, moderate. So I guess I would be considered heavy unencumbered.
Correct.
What'd you say? What's my movement? 4.
Okay. Now, so your speed is reduced to 4.
Right.
All right. And
So he's busting my leg. So I roll over on my back, grab him my leg. You know, like and that's. Oh wait, I'm stunned, so I can't do anything.
you can certainly be like,
I cry out in pain
okay.
until I can reach my leg.
So now we go to the next round.
So the only other one of us that's up can't scream in pain.
So-
the rest of us are out.
I would like Reginald and Covidius at the end on the resolution phase, as we're all roll a saving throw versus paralyzation.
What's the paralyzation?
Dave with a 19.
That's successful.
I fail.
All right, Covidius remains stunned. Reggie is not. So, actions for this round.
So stunned, I can still my leg, but I just can't move, right? Or can I even?
I mean,
Cry out
have
on
you ever seen somebody who's been stunned? How they they get like where they're just confused. They can't.
Yeah, but
focus
I'm in
on
severe
anything.
pain. That's why I was asking.
Yeah,
Can I
you could
show
be
that
like-
emotion or
you'd be
not?
like,
Okay, then that's what I did.
Yeah,
All right.
it's.
Yeah, people that are confused aren't necessarily in severe pain from a snap
I always
leg.
go back to the UFC whenever guys get stunned from a punch or a kick and they're just hardly able to do anything.
Harvey Ray missing a flying headbutt.
Okay.
So they
So,
stand up and then they fall down.
Latonius, Reginald, action.
Running.
Okay. Roll initiative. Speed of 1.
7.
Okay. Yes?
That was the sound. So that's 5 words into the.
Sure. Heck yeah. Roll percentile.
62.
All right. The monk monster looks down at Covidius, and even though he's stunned, he still says, "You must have it. You wouldn't run off without it." And he goes to move you and start searching you for things. Reginald.
I don't have my backpack on me, so it would just be my armament, my weapons, my quiver. That's all that's on me. And one of my 8 pouches I might have on that are attached. My backpack's somewhere with all that crap.
Right. So Reginald, apparently he's not interested in you. He's interested in searching Covidius for where he thinks the horn would be. So go ahead.
I run away down between the buildings, and when I get to the end of the buildings, I will turn south.
All right, you're away from all this.
He's not very intelligent.
Where are you going? Reginald, where are you going?
I'm heading south. I'm leaving.
Okay. All right. So,
I thought he was more intelligent than that. This is warrior gonna make a fucking thing in a fucking backpack. Two rounds from when he chased me. Which is what, 30 seconds? But the
I don't know what you're talking about,
But
that's okay.
He chased me for like
Okay.
30 seconds.
He
and
searches you.
The whole thing was 30 seconds.
He's
I'm just so
checking you for this, checking you for that.
Do I get to do something about being stunned
You're
anymore?
just stunned well at the end of the round.
Oh, okay.
He searches you.
My eyes are closed. What am I looking at?
He's okay. Is there any reason that he couldn't search the quiver and find what he's looking for?
You wouldn't see anything in the quiver
Why not?
because the quiver appears empty.
Okay. All right. So he searches that, and that's his turn. At the end of the round, make a saving throw versus paralyzation. Failure? Okay. So he really loses his temper now. And basically, with no one else around, he takes it out on you.
Of course.
Natural fucking 20.
Oh!
Natural 20!
Woo!
Natural 20!
No way! Holy cow!
3.
How you want to do this?
That never happens.
It's happened once. Now it's happened twice.
Triple explosion.
Okay. He slowly comes over to you.
I'm still stunned, so I do not.
He kind of pushes you up on your side. He reaches one arm around your neck,
I'm coming, Nemesis.
and he takes his other arm and locks it on his arm and puts his hand over your forehead. And his face starts to turn red as he starts to squeeze. And he says, "Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
I can't fight.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep." Some time passes. Shadrach, Tamark, Pick. You all awaken in what you recognize after a brief look around as the infirmary of the Black Rock Monastery. It's quiet. There are birds chirping outside. There's a tiny candle flickering in each one of your cubicles. You hear the sound of shuffling outside of your doors as if someone, perhaps the monks, are going about their daily business. A short time later, someone comes to your door. They don't say anything, they just open the door and they're monks and they come in and check your wounds change your bandages. And after a day or two of full bed rest, you feel better. You haven't really seen or heard anything about your friends because you've been so weak and incapacitated. But at some point, Shadrach, you are the first to gain the strength to make it outside, and you go to the courtyard. And as you start to walk out, several of the monks just kind of put their arms up, and the one gestures over to one of those stone benches there in the courtyard, and as if asking you to sit down. Do you sit down?
I'll go and sit down.
You're currently wearing the clothes provided by the monks. You're not wearing any of your things. And then eventually pick the same thing for you. You're kind of helped up and you're shown out to the courtyard. And then eventually Tamark as well. And all three of you are out in the courtyard. And at some point, the prior comes out with his assistants. And he says, "Thank the blend, you all are alive. We didn't know if you would make it. When we found you, there was devastation. Are you all up to having a conversation about what happened?"
Are you all right, Pig?
I don't have much memory.
My last thought was fighting the Latonius.
Prior says, "Latonius is gone, though he said that he would be back. But I fear that what I have to tell you next will be devastating news, so prepare yourselves. There are some of your group that are missing or didn't make it. The one known as Reginald is missing. We did not find his body or any trace of him, though his belongings were left in the tents to the east wall." You said you were going south, dude.
Yeah, but he just put all his gear on and was prepared to go down in the dungeon.
So you didn't have a tent or anything else?
I don't have my tent because it was there.
Yeah.
But I had all my gear and stuff going. I was armored up.
Okay, yeah.
Ready to go into the dungeon.
That's fine. He left his tent and whatever other minuscule possessions. Well, when I say left, we don't know what happened to him. Your warrior from Akarima, he didn't make it.
What?
He didn't make it. Covidius is deceased.
Show me the body.
We did not know what his customs were, so we wrapped his body and put it in the root cellar, thinking you may wish to talk to the dead, but if you don't, we can dispose of the corpse in any manner that you think he would find fitting. We are not aware of his customs other than his people were
Get rid of that parakeet.
suspected of slavery. Is there any next of kin for you that you would like us to send a message to? We suspect that you might be here for another few days before you're ready to travel. You're certainly free to go, but we don't recommend it. You're really not in any condition. None of you are.
Well, his body.
What of you, Pick?
I don't believe it. I have to see.
Tamark says, yeah, I'll see him. Then, I will have someone help you and escort you all to the root cellar so you may view the remains. And he says, he sends his assistant off. He says, before we go, can you tell me anything of what happened? Of course I know about Latonius attempting to force me to give him the horn. I was willing to give my life to keep it safe, but he chose to fight for whatever reason. I'm grateful that he didn't kill me. So, but after that, I don't have any idea what happened. Do you? Do any of you? Can you fill in the blanks?
Okay, give him the horn.
No, I didn't give anyone the horn. I would rather die than do that, and
My head hurt.
if you need to rest back in your room, that's fine. You tell me what you'd like to do at this time.
The whole side of Shadrach's face is bruised and messed up.
How many days did you say it was?
He's grabbing it and holding it.
Would you like to go back and rest, or do you want to be helped down and to see and perhaps say your final goodbyes to Covidius?
Shadrach's eyes flash red. He says, show me the body. My head hurts.
All right,
Show me the body.
a short time later, some monks come by and they assist you all out of the courtyard and back out the front and around the building till you get to the root cellar on the east. And the tents are still there. You can see there's people in the marketplace have returned and activity has returned. There appear to be some kids playing in the tents. When they see you guys all coming, they kind of scatter. And the door is unlocked and a torch is lit. And they help you down the steps. And when you get down there, you see the body of Covidius wrapped, his armor still on his body. He appears to be sleeping peacefully on the table.
I cast a spell.
What spell do you cast?
I cast Orison. I
Okay.
cast Magic Sense. Shadrach falls to his knees and extends his hand forward and just seems to like sense and like reach out and try to feel if there's any kind of magical energy around Covidius specifically.
There appears to be something magical under the wrapping near his left side? It's like a lump there.
Okay, who's all there? All of us are there?
You, Pick, and Tamar.
I'm there.
The prior's there and the 2 of his assistants. And then each of you have an assistant that's helped you move from place to place.
I'm gonna need more.
I'll just say out loud to Pick and Tamar and all the other people, I think he has the horn. I'm not sure. There's something on him that's magical, but I don't know what it is.
The
And I point to where I feel the energy coming from.
prior's like, there's the only thing that we did is we left him with his weapons of war, and that is just an empty quiver.
A quiver?
Yes, it's something that you put arrows in.
I know what a quiver is. He's mentioned this quiver before. Pick, do you think you can take this off of him safely?
I think so, yes.
Then do so.
I go around to see where everything's latched or buckled to and try to remove the quiver.
All you have to do is pull the wrappings apart. It's real easy.
Okay.
Okay? Now what? Go ahead, Shadrach.
I want to inspect his body. I really want to look close to see if he's dead for sure.
Okay. Well, you don't have to roll a healing check for that. You just do the usual things. You feel for a pulse. You feel for warmth. You feel for signs of death, and you find every one of them. The tips of his ears turn blue and purple, and the blood has pooled because they didn't perform the burial rites on him, so he's still full of juice.
He's dead, Pick. I don't know. He's dead.
Why did you take
He's dead.
Why didn't you take it and run? I don't understand.
I don't think he can use it. He doesn't know how to use it right. It's like trying to take the gun that will kill you. You can't do it.
The prior says, what about this quiver is unusual? It looks like a quiver. I mean, yes, it's finely made, but what? Yes?
I've heard Covidius mention that it had magical properties, but I don't know what they were. And he may have taken the horn and somehow hidden it within that quiver, but I don't know.
Can I reach into the quiver?
I'm sure you can try.
I'm going to try.
Be careful, Pick.
Okay. Well, Sean, you know more about the quiver than I do. Tell him, if any, what might happen. I don't. Nothing happens?
Empty. Feels empty. Feels like you.
Okay. It seems like an empty quiver.
Do you want to know
Do I want to know what?
how?
I mean, you can, if they do something that would trigger it, you can tell, but I'm fine.
All right, that's fine.
Appears to be an empty quiver, Dick.
You stick your hand down inside.
There's nothing in it.
You find, you can find the inside walls, the bottom of it. It doesn't feel any heavier than an ordinary empty quiver.
It's magical. That's all I can tell you, Pick.
Well, I think when it's buried, it needs to go with you.
Does he have next of kin? Is there anyone that would mourn for him?
I don't know anyone.
Well,
The only
if
one that I knew that he was close to is no longer with us either.
can you get a message to this other? Wasn't there one other one of his kind that came here with him?
Yeah.
Can you get a message to
don't know.
him?
Don't know where he went.
I wouldn't know how.
Well, we can keep him here for one more day, but then after that, either he's going to have to be removed, or we will do what we do here, and we will put him to rest in our way. We understand that he is not from here, but he has done things for many of the people, as you have done, of this abbey. So we think that that would at least be a proper burial to show our respect and lay him to rest, so his spirit does not wander Skell.
None of this makes sense.
Or you can pray and attempt to speak with the dead in the morning again before we do this. If that would help you say your goodbyes, put closure on it.
I can do this. My head hurt.
Do we know what happened? Where's Reginald?
He's missing.
Reginald missing?
We did not find his body or the only thing that was left behind was, as far as we know, his tent and the minuscule things that go with it.
He was right next to me in the building.
Hey, Mark, can you find him?
I guess I can try to track him. But
You are a man hunter. My head hurt.
I mean, but by the time we get out of here, that trail might go cold, or he might be terrible. I don't know. He might leave a trail that a blind man could follow. If that's something that you want to do, I'm not in any condition to go today, though, that's for sure.
I asked Moon Man.
The prior's like, well then, let's go back and you guys get your rest, and you're not in any position to, or condition to just hang out here in this tomb. So he urges the monks to help you back to the infirmary.
Chandrak's eyes are green with red pupils right now.
All right,
Yeah.
so you guys are helped back to the infirmary, and you are under the care of the monks of the Blend of Black Rock Abbey, and there you have it. And I think that would be a good place to stop, simply because we've reached an inflection point. We have a character that's gone and another character that's gone, and we need to finagle what they're going to do in the game in the coming weeks. So, unless someone has something else they specifically think that they need to role play out, I think we should go ahead and call this. I mean, it's 8:30. It's not like we're stopping halfway through. So, Anybody?
Shadrach is noticeably disturbed and weird. He talks to himself a lot.
Okay.
He's holding his head. He's holding his head.
Okay. The only thing... I would say is I would like Shadrach and Pick to both make perception checks, please.
That's with intelligence?
Yeah.
$43.
28.
43? Okay.
26.
Pick. One of the days that one of the monks is helping you walk and it's kind of like you're going through your rehab and therapy and all that, you notice that there is a very, very tall, ugly woman monk. She stands out like a sore thumb. She keeps her face mostly covered, but you can tell that she's not a human. She's not an elf. She's too tall. And she's very like broad-shouldered and thick. And she has these eyes that are kind of far apart on her face, giving her almost like, you remember the Three Stooges episode where they go to space and there's the creature or the women that are all fucking weird looking and they got like the one eyebrow and kind of like that. So, but that's where we're going to go ahead and stop. And out of the time that you're in rehab, that's the only unusual thing where you're like, what the fuck? But that's it. Other than that, you just are nursed back to health after a period of like 2 weeks.
No, Shad's different.
So,
Shad's different.
well, we'll pick that up next week. If anybody wants to obviously use the messenger or whatever to talk about whatever it is you're trying to do, feel free. All right, so that concludes this episode, number 25 of Ghosts. Before we go, first of all, I hope you had a fun time playing this Make Believe game. Second of all, is there anyone that has any final comments or concerns or well wishes or what have you? Anybody?
I enjoyed the session where we were embroiled in the battle, taking the time with all the colorful descriptions, and it was in real time it was quick, but in game time it was a lot of fun playing out.
Apparently Randy does not agree. He apparently had a terrible time.
I had a great time. I am what I am.
I'm sorry, Randy. I'll try to make the game more fun for you, brother. I'll throw an extra chicken leg in your lunch down at work next week. Maybe that'll make up for it.
I just don't like the little Spock action going on.
What does that mean, Spock action?
I grabbed my neck, knocked me out.
Oh,
He took
okay.
my throat out!
Yeah, I think out of everyone, that's going to be the worst. Actually, Reginald,
You got Spock action. He stepped on my face.
Reginald, did you put your dice away yet?
No.
Roll percentile.
77.
Oh, okay. All right, so basically what happens is everyone's injuries, because of the die roll, none of them were permanent. that are still alive, that is. Unfortunately, our dear departed COVID is having a hero's feast with Nemesis in the afterlife. So, unless something changes in the future, you never know. This is D&D, so. But, all right, that's it. Get to go to bed early tonight, fellas. I'll see you next week unless something changes. And,
Please.
You gotta give them a comment about, you know, it's all great except for those fucking parakeets that apparently are on the line all the time.
I don't know who that's coming from.
I have no idea. It's some sort of feedback from sound, but who the hell knows?
All right, good night, Facebook. We'll see you on YouTube. Start to cool off now, of course.